But yeah.
I almost forget like how to do this.
It's been a while.
It has.
But like I said, they gotta watch a thing at the beginning.
Oh, the ad?
Yeah.
Well, either way. How's it going, everybody? It's the new Phoenix. It's it's the newest kit. It's the one we're building tonight. The new kit from Vanquish Products. If you're watching this after the fact and maybe you're not aware, this isn't a strictly step-by-step type live video. This is a lot of questions and a lot of off-topic. So if you're needing actual, like very specific information, I'll have other videos on that. If you're here for a little bit of the entertainment side, then this is what this is for. But yes, also a lot of questions. And we're finally back from Mexico. Sound a little hollow. Okay, I will.
It's been a while.
Should be the right mic. Double checking. Yep.
Oh my.
There it is. Fixed it. I fixed it once, but evidently that should fix it.
Is that a ghost or is it really Nicole? It's really me.
It is.
I know, I'm back from lots of...
Nicole had just so many flights. So many. We'll get into that.
Okay. We really don't need to get into my deportation, but...
Yeah. Oh, we have to. We have to talk about how Nicole got deported from Mexico. But first of all, we're going to get into this. So anyway, the new kit, VS4-10 Phoenix Portal. It's our most affordable kit ever. $4.99. And it's got a lot of new features as well. So we're going to crack this thing open. We could, I wonder. Yeah, it's a little close, but that'll be okay for a minute. Show you guys it's an unboxing that I don't do. Anyway, let's go. There we go. Wheels and tires. They're the same tires as before. It does have a new wheel. It's the KMC Hex, so it's a little bit different style there.
Put the toy away. Let's hear the deportation stories.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
Oh, you're doing this?
For this part of it.
It's so stupid looking.
The new Phoenix body. Interior is included as well. Everything is pre-cut this time, and it's also it's stamped.
That says he has my passport.
Which
one?
It is stamped now, not laser cut. So a little bit different. The body it's a little bit cleaner. It doesn't have the same edge treatment as before, so a little bit nicer overall. It's also kind of like that half cab style. These are the bed sides that come with it. It's not like a one-piece Lexan bed. It's a bed sides and then an actual bed cage. Then we've got, this is more chassis parts, but here is what we're going to start with. Bag A, which is the molded front axle. And bag B, which is the molded rear axle. These are called the F10 portals. So, and we'll get into the rest of that stuff in a little bit. I'm going to have to give the Lexan stuff to the painter anyway, but...
Who's here now?
Who is here now, but...
Out in the front row.
Literally in the living room. All right.
Will the body and parts be available separately?
Yes, lots and lots and lots of things will be available separately. Just a matter of when that will be available. But it's all getting worked on. It'll be just like a regular kit that you see with all the extra parts or spare parts and whatnot.
Okay.
So much more.
You're going to leave it on this?
Yeah.
So stupid looking.
You don't like it?
No.
It's very gamer.
I don't like it.
You don't like the floating head style?
I don't. I really don't.
What makes you the most uncomfortable about it?
I don't know. It's weird.
Is it too techy?
Yeah.
Oh, also, yeah, they're in the first bag. Bag it.
It's terrible. Thank you. First time ordering from BP site. Just got the servo horns for this kit. How long does shipping take towards California address? Hopefully.
California address is usually like a day.
Yeah. Nope, don't like it.
We'll go.
Is the hardware metric or standard?
Pretty much all metric. There's a couple of standard screws in this, but for the most part, just like the other, I mean, even in the previous ones, there was only a few screws that were standard, but that's about it. Pretty much everything else in the kits has been metric. They do come with Loctite and grease now as well. Cool. It's the little things. Our kits didn't used to come with these.
Joe's driving and chatting, apparently.
He's from my driveway?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's grab a parts tray. So our vacation to Mexico was the most inconvenient time. Basically, we released these as soon as we had them. And that happened to be the day that we were scheduled to leave for Mexico. So I missed all of the excitement of that part, and I just had to watch it from the Wi-Fi on the plane, and then from I mean, it was great to have a Mexican vacation for the most part. But beyond that, just inopportune timing for some of it.
Yeah.
So this does come with the machined ring and pinion gears, 6-bolt spool, 6-bolt gears. Just like we've been making for a long time. 30-tooth ring gear, 8-tooth pinion. So it's the standard ratio.
Matt did a great job.
Matt did a great job with what? Oh, the scale news?
Yeah.
Yes, I was super happy that he was he was willing to cover for me.
A gift for me, too. Did you give it to my mom?
What's that?
I said, did you give it to my mom? He said that he left me a gift as well.
Oh, Joe did?
Yeah.
Oh.
For my deportation from Mexico.
Yes. That is it too raw for you to talk about?
I don't. No, I mean.
Yeah.
Sometimes you
fly to Mexico and then immediately have to fly back out of the country.
Sometimes you grab the wrong passport and nobody in the airport notices until you get to Mexico and then have to sit in the little room you see on TV and fly back and then
you've watched enough. What is that show called? You watch all the time?
I don't even know.
Border Wars, something, Border Patrol,
something like that. Blind Guy RC, thank you for the $5. Hey, this is such a cool truck. I will be getting one. Also, just started a TF1 Trail Stomper Resto build. Will be in stock-ish. Hope all is well.
That's Quack RC.
I know.
If you remember. Yes. That TF1 Trail Stomper. Wow, I think I had one of those. Actually, I won one of those in a giveaway. It was the RC Pro Drive Christmas giveaway in like 2008. It was the grand prize.
Wow.
I know.
Did you rig it?
Did I rig it? I wasn't like a big deal on the internet or anything. It's just a giveaway.
Yep. Freaking way. That is what happened. So
yeah.
Then luckily my parents were in Sacramento and they drove to San Francisco and brought me my correct passport. And
because there was no flights left.
There weren't any flights left, so then we had to stay the night in San Francisco, and then I flew out of San Francisco the next morning and made it to Mexico. So I did like 21 hours on JetBlue.
In 26 hours.
Yeah. So I was like, I live on this plane now.
Yeah, no, this is
This is where I live.
Yeah, it was.
No, it was my passport with my maiden name.
Yeah, so it's still like valid and all that, but it was not valid and it didn't match her documentation. So they invited her to leave the country immediately.
They were very nice about it.
They were.
Ron Sterner, thank you for the $5. What shenanigans are you up to today? But it was just a very, we didn't get to do any excursions or anything because it was a pretty expensive ticket to get back and then.
Oh, yeah, because I had to buy her a new round trip ticket to Mexico.
For the next day.
For the next, 10 hours later. So it's, you win some, you lose some. She got to enjoy our vacations. It was one day less.
It was great, and we had a fantastic time, and the wedding was wonderful, and yeah.
I was a best man in a wedding.
Yeah, it was great.
So, but yeah, Nicole, and I mean, I was very understanding when it was initially happening. I wasn't overly frustrated and maybe a little
hateful.
Hateful? I don't know that I'd say hateful. I was upset of how you may not have noticed such an issue. I still wouldn't say hateful. I think it was
okay.
A reasonable response.
Yeah. So
for those, we get the question every time. It's a DeWalt 8-volt gyro max, and I'm using Traxxas Master tool set for the bits.
Is Loctite like all the other kit Loctite that looks red but is actually like purple?
That is actually like purple. I mean, it's red. It acts like a standard blue Loctite. Like if you're talking about Loctite brand and their color standards.
Gigawatt RC wasn't able to get his shocks collars on without cross-threading that one.
Yeah, that's the thing that I've heard the most. It seems like there's been a handful of people, or a lot of people that have had that same response. Obviously, it shouldn't have been that tight, but there has been a number of ways to kind of help that. Sounds like, you can try putting them on upside down first, but that'll definitely be something that's adjusted in the future kits. Don't forget to put an actual hole in the top of your grease before you use it, if that's.
Are the VS4-10 fucking whatever Pro metal axles a straight bolt onto the Phoenix?
Yes, for the most part. There is some small differences with the links. Not giant differences, but small differences. So I believe the pan-hardened drag link is a few millimeters shorter on the Phoenix versus the Pro and Ultra. So
Dawson's here, got his Phoenix ready to start building. Mahomes, I believe, did not have to go on concussion protocol, but I think we have the Monday night game, so that was a rough one. We watched that in Mexico. And
that was a terrible game to watch no matter where you were.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. It's still 2-0.
Do you know when the Phoenix portal will be back?
They sold out much faster than we had anticipated. I don't have a date to give exactly when they'll be back, but it is going to be. I mean, if you can find them in stock somewhere right now, I would highly suggest going that route. But should have more this year. But I don't know when to give you a date. I can't give you a date exactly.
Greetings from Estonia. Hello.
Thank
Is
you
there a minimum torque spec for the shifting servo? Don't want to go crazy expensive on them, OD and dig. Will the EXO power ones do, or red Amazon servos?
Oh, absolutely. You don't need much power. Like even our video trucks, there was like 120 ounce-inch servos. So for the shifting and dig, you do not need much at all.
At least, yes. At least you can laugh about it now.
So don't spend a ton.
Who were the Phoenix design team?
I mean, there's only a handful of us there, so it's just we all have a part in it. This does I should try and not gloss over too many features, but so it does include brass tubes that go inside of the axle housing. They'll slide in at the first part, and then the last like 5 or 6 millimeters is the press fit. So they should be loose when they go in, and then the last bit is when it presses in. Some people have been like putting them in like just a bit and then wiggling them around because they don't understand how that works. But that's all there is to it.
Gunner, thank you for the $5. Was hoping you got deported for smuggling my jerky into another country. Would have made a great t-shirt. Josh actually said something when we were going through customs on the way home, and they were like, you can't bring any meat or anything. And he was like, well, I have beef jerky. And I was like, shut the fuck up. I was like, seriously, either get away from me, like, and go tell them, or shut up. I do not want to mess with this anymore. Like, I just want to be done.
She was not as much in the joking.
No, not in customs. No, I was not joking in customs.
So, yeah. Another difference with these axles versus the previous ones is this is a universal style joint now, rather than a CV style joint. So, another upgrade. These also have a ton of steering, like 49 degrees of steering. So. Now we've got to build.
It says, check your Instagram. Random storm came Sunday. 300-foot trees fell. 2 hit the house. Oh.
2 hit the house? His new house?
Yes.
Oh.
Sorry,
Dale.
I have a 4C 4-wheel drive transmission transfer case and tore it down completely and used light blue Vanquish grease. Goes on really nice.
Thank you. I think it does as well.
Will you be releasing just the axles or just the transmission?
It's a possibility. So you may see that stuff. But buy a kit.
What brushless motor and ESC would you put in the Phoenix? What's super smooth for slow crawling with a little wheel speed? This is in my way.
You know, everyone's definition of all of these things is so slightly different. 2300 kV. I've got the 2300 kV Rock 412 in mine right now, and I enjoy that setup a lot. 2700 kV Polar Pro from Holmes is also one of my favorites. I did buy a Fusion and a Spectrum all-in-one yesterday, so that I can. The Fusion, you can get them in. It does take a little bit of adjusting, but it's not that big a deal. However, the Spectrum one will drop right in. So if you like the all-in-one ideas, you can also just go with the regular axe system if you want. There's lots and lots of options as far as that goes. Like the name suggests also, this is the Portal version of this. So it does have Portal axles. And while I say Portal version, this is the version. But Portal is in the name. That's why it says that. So we got that.
Curtis, thank you for the $5. My trans is noisy using 2800 kV Hobby Wing Axe 2 540L.
I mean, there's a lot of gears in there, so I don't know what noisy means to you versus somebody else. But you can also just double check your pinion and spur, make sure that's not too noisy. If that's if your gear mesh is too tight there. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff in that transmission, so it's not going to be like a 3-gear transmission if that's what you're comparing it to. It's a lot of metal gears.
Josh, what are the links of the Panhard links on the Phoenix Portal and Pro? Asking because I'll be getting the Phoenix, but I want to get a Pro straight axle set and install those on the Phoenix.
I don't have that. I don't have those links off the top of my head.
Wow, shocker.
I mean, they're like 79 millimeters and 75, but I don't know. I couldn't give you that accurately and feel good about it.
Baller, hello.
This is Baller's truck.
Yeah.
Well, probably more specifically Nolan's truck, I'm guessing.
Revolvers can be silent now.
So, yes, this live build is going to our buddy Ryan.
Will you be installing that Hobbywing Fusion setup tonight for testing?
No, I do not think that we'll get to electronics tonight. This is a in-depth kit. There's a lot here, so we're just going to see exactly how far we get.
Yeah. Dale, thanks for the $5. So the extra SBX6 servo just came. How effing big is this thing? By the way, I threw you under the bus. Told the wife it's your fault. This is coming.
I'll allow it.
I've got D44 axles under my Phoenix. Easy fit. It was like that TikTok I showed you where the guy was like, if I say, let me talk to my wife,
it means already meant no.
No. And I'm just going to blame it on her. And I'm like, yeah, always.
Let me talk to the old ball and chain.
Yeah. Oh, he just took it now. Well, we'll use it for Disney next year. What are you going to put this electronics in?
What's up?
What electronics are you putting?
What am I putting in this? I really haven't asked Ryan what we're going to put in this yet.
He doesn't know. Okay.
I have options, but I don't know which ones we're putting in.
Okay.
I have to say, I'll have to ask what Ryan wants, but usually I just have to tell him. So the portal gears in this are 1.4 to 1 as far as the gear ratio goes. It's
hello from Germany.
If you wanted to add overdrive, you would install the 1.6 to 1, which is it's actually the standard ratio. You would install those in the rear axle.
Thanks for hiring the guy who wrote the capper instructions for the Phoenix.
There was only like a few small mistakes in this one. And it was just overlooked stuff, but the capper ones were a disaster.
Not sure if you already answered this. Thank you for the $5 RC Patina guy.
Hey.
What servos are you thinking?
So, I mean, steering servo, I always want like as much as possible. So I just bought electronics for another one that I'm doing. And I'm putting a Futaba S9177 SV for the steering servo. But could also do like a direct power, like a Holmes SHV 800 V3. And then for shifting servos, you can get away with something. Like I said, you don't need much. You can find some cheap 150, 120 ounce servos. If you want to go on the nicer side, then get like some stubbies or some shorties, low profile servos, just because it's nice to keep the weight low.
Eric Baker, thank you for the $5. Sorry, missed you at Pro Line. Over 400 people watching, only 100 likes. Come on, smash the like button, everybody.
There you go.
Thank you. So I got my kit today. Bag A has washers. What are they used for?
Oh, I'll show you that here in a second. You won't really use them until later, but those are shims actually, and those will go on the outside of the pinion. So they're these two very tiny shims. I'll switch to overhead for a second. So these are shims, and you'll take those and you can use one or two. They're just a tuning thing, and you'd put them here on the outside of this, and that'll help the drive shaft pull this pinion out. And it's just a thing if you want to help keep things smooth. Sometimes you'll use one, sometimes two, sometimes none. They're just a tuning option. We just include them because a lot of people don't have shims if they did want to tune. And it's just a benefit. You can hit main camera up top.
Yeah, I know.
Right there. Oh, I forgot to add grease in there.
Gussie Banjos, there's always something in the planning phase. Promise. He said is the next one in the planning phase. Always.
So, like, I had one of these, one of my test trucks over on the bottom shelf over there for months. Actually, it wasn't even on the stock chassis. It was on a carbon fiber chassis that Brandon and I had been playing around with my original test truck is sitting over here behind me on the floor. Like, we've been driving these trucks since
What?
February.
What's a strong servo that doesn't require soldering in a BEC?
Doesn't require soldering in a BEC. I mean, you can get a direct power servo, or it all depends on your ESC. A lot of ESCs have strong BECs internally. RX4s, Castle Mamba X's both have strong internal BECs. But if you want to go direct power, you can go with a, like I said, like a Holmes SHV 500 or SHV 800 V3. But you have to solder in the direct power lead there, so there's pros and cons to each type of setup.
Is it possible to translate the car so that the front overdrive is equalized?
I mean, you can just put it in the low overdrive, which is 6%, which is basically no overdrive. 6% is just a small performance advantage, but it's not like a huge noticeable thing. There's no reason to. If you want almost no overdrive, just put it in 6% and you're fine.
Will you install the secondary servos in the truck today? I'm curious about the configuration of them. Don't really understand it yet.
I don't think we'll get to that, but I've got my other truck here that's completed, and we can look at that. So, front axle's done on this. The plastic on this is crazy beefy. When you get them, you'll understand. Like it's considerably more robust than what you would normally be used to. Like nice and high clearance as far as that goes. The C-hubs are high clearance, so they go and they're on the top side of the bottom of the knuckle rather than going around the knuckle and adding a little bit more fat. It's a big truss, kind of a scale third member. It's got the like cast style design like a Strange. The steering stops are molded in right there. But if you wanted to remove those, you can, and you can get more steering yet, but you will start to chatter and things like that. So if you wanted to get like 55 plus degrees of steering, you can do it, but be aware of what the repercussions of that is.
Scott Oblander, thank you for the $5. Is there a significant difference in COG between this and the Ultra with all servos?
Oh, center of gravity. Okay. Ooh, yeah, I know what you mean. I was like COG. But it's a good question. I really haven't specifically tried to compare that, Scott. I would have to, but
Eric, thank you again for another $5. Welcome back, both of you. Miss saying hi to your Proline next year for sure.
Thank you, Eric. Yes, we'll be there next year. I think it's going to be in November next year.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I know, right?
Does the 6.5% gears and bearing plate from the Pro Trans drop into the twin VFD?
No. Nope. They are, the gear sets and everything are different. So, nope, they do not translate. Okay, that's bag A. Now we're on to bag B, which is the rear axle.
Matt Conley, 9-year-old Michaela says hi. Tell her thank you.
Hello.
What is the steering angle with the steering stops in versus out?
Like I said, with them in, it's 49 degrees. So they're not like on the Ultra where they screw in. These are molded into the housing. And with them in, it's like 49 degrees, which is more than any of our previous trucks. I think the Ultra the Pro was at 47. And this one's, like I said, 49. I think the first Ultra was like 45. So while that doesn't sound like a huge difference, it is a noticeable difference. So
this is my first Vanquish. Is it normal that these have virtually no articulation? I mean, my SDX3 has massive amount of articulation out of the box.
I mean, depends on what your definition is. Again, we have a little bit different type of route with articulation. They are 80 millimeter shocks. I think that it's one of those things where we have long been on the train of people are after too much articulation, and they think they need more articulation when they don't. So yes, you're not going to see massive amounts of articulation. It's more
about stability, but that's a long way into
Flex Friday isn't the best way to celebrate the end of the week.
yeah. And I mean,
Says
it's
Alex.
like, I don't want to act like I'm trying to make an excuse, because it truly has been something that we've said for a very, very long time. Not us as me as a company, me personally at least. I've long said that.
Ron, thank you for the $5. Is that Vanquish Loctite or vendor cover up?
I mean, it's basically the one that we spec'd in there, but it's not like we mixed the ingredients. So,
but
however you
want to call
it.
You guys buy off of that you can get. Don't you guys have some that you sell?
Not Loctite grease. We do have we do our grease in house, but
people say that the parts are smooth. Was that always in the planning, or was it a bonus?
Are smooth?
I don't know.
I mean, I hope that things are smooth.
Where do you know if anybody's not out of these?
I think RPP still had some in stock. I think they were the last one that I noticed. I think they had like a dozen left was all. And I know a lot of like other like local hobby shops and things like that. Those will be the ones that we're buying them, and then we'll still be waiting to receive them, and then hopefully not all be pre-sold. We sell to a lot of hobby shops and distributors, so that's where a lot of that stuff ends up.
Will the axles and new VFD transmission be sold separately down the road?
As far as like actual kits, probably. Like most vendors don't sell axle kits, but it is something that we'll likely do.
So when I get mine, I shouldn't tag you in a Flex Friday post. Brian Sherwood, thank you for the $5. I bet kitties were happy to see you. They were, but my parents were here the whole time we were in Mexico, so
they were like, cool, you're back.
Yeah.
We've been good.
Yeah, they were like, oh, we have somebody to sleep in bed with and like play with us and everything, so like we're cool.
Yeah.
You guys can go for another week if you want.
And they're here all day, so.
Mm-hmm. Christopher Little, thank you for the $5. After watching your channel for years, I got a 10-2 deadbolt. I want the incision links DB is 12 inches WB.
Right.
Will the link set just change it to 12.3?
So if you want the incision link set, you would buy IRC 00071, which is the 12-inch wheelbase length.
He says, also I have converted it to SOA. Would Vanquish sell me one upper front link if I ask nicely?
That's a tougher thing. Especially with the extra volume of the kit, it finds it's harder to do like individual requests.
Yeah. Matt Connolly says, wait, 90 degrees of articulation and all brass parts aren't right. Steve Art Fire Truck, thank you for the $5. Missed you guys. Super pumped on the Phoenix. Can't wait to get one.
Thank you.
Well, Vanquish have plastic axles available for purchase, like their aluminum axles. I'd like to have a set for my G-Speed V3 build.
Yeah. Yes, that will be an option that, as things go. Just like with an axial, you can get the axles in some way.
First timer, love you guys. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for showing up.
Yeah.
Did you laugh because you're going to have to read that?
What?
The next one?
Fart noise. Thank you for the $5. Somebody, that was like Matt just made a new name or something. That's fair on not getting a spare upper link. Just didn't know if there were spares for warranty parts replacement or whatever. If I wanted the 10.3 inch WB, would the 10.3 fit bolt on without an issue?
Yes, it would.
There you go. Sorry.
Yes. Yeah, we were drinking a Radler. Stiegel.
Yeah.
Radler.
Lone Star RC Guy, thank you for the $10. This donation is to help cover Nicole's future deportation expenses. Looking forward to building the Phoenix.
Let me tell you, you guys did in some ways cover that slightly, because I was like, well, guess I'm using the YouTube account for this one, so we're not. Well, it's a good thing that we released a new kit because I'm not buying anything for a while.
I'm fine with that. You don't need anything else in here.
That is not an excuse.
Stabby Josh is here.
Stabby Josh was about in a Mexican airport prison.
I was the one getting deported, not you. So.
I know. And then I felt really bad because I didn't go with her, but they had to like just cart her away. And I'm just like, and then I couldn't get a hold of her for quite a while. It was.
What did Joe bring?
What did Joe bring? I don't know. Where would you ask yourself? Where would your mom put these things? Just like the front, rear also comes with brass tubes, so they'll slide in easily.
Assuming this is it.
Yeah. What is that? Bring it in here. Is it not supposed to be open? Hold on. Don't open it. I don't think we're supposed to open it yet. Don't open it, woman. She's opening it. I can't stop. She doesn't do what I tell her. Sorry. I don't think that one's for you. I think that one is for me. I think there's a bottle of something else for you. Now she's excited.
There is. How nice. Thank you. I'll take it.
Okay, so we got the brass tubes in.
Thank you.
Bearings are in.
Stop.
Oh, we got to put the rear stub axles in. So rear stub axles, we build those just like the front.
Ask him. Is there a new one coming soon?
A new what coming soon?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Is there anything new coming soon? No, this was it. We worked on this thing for 2 years.
It was a joke.
What? You started reading it. It's the rule.
Robbie Chapman, thank you. Hello. Yes, thank you, Moose Jaw. Thank you.
Right. So, rear axle going together pretty well. I know a handful of people have posted about it online, but I'll show you guys the change we made to the little oil plug. We had fun with a lot of little things on this truck. Crap. Forgot to grease these gears. Realized that after the second screw is all, which is nice.
Thank you, Bill, for $5. Sorry, I only have $5 left after buying all the stuff I need to build my new Phoenix. How cool would it be to have a guy paint you a Chiefs theme body?
Oof. You know what? I think we hide that one for a little while. I tell you what, I wore a few Chiefs shirts in Mexico, and there's a lot of people that are like, man, sorry about that. Like, thanks. Okay, there we go. Portals greased.
Moose Jaw, there is no wrong color of wine.
Right.
Can't grease through the fill cap?
You could for the ring gear if you wanted, but not all the way to the portal. You got bearings and stuff in the way. And the amount of pressure you'd have to use to get all that grease in there. Like, it'd be easier to remove a couple screws. So, just trying to crank along through this as much as possible. The axles, while are very nice and new, they're basically a material change. So there's not like wild, crazy differences as far as that goes.
Yes, there are meows happening.
There's always meows happening.
Yes. Gray Matter Fab, thank you for the $20. Glad you guys made it back safe. Matt was horrible. Never leave us again. Just kidding. He did a great job. Call you later. Joe's still at Chipotle. Shit, that was 40 minutes ago.
That doesn't sound... I mean, that sounds possible. Chipotle.
I don't care what they say about you, Josh. I still love you.
I did all of the notes for Matt from Mexico for the Scale News. Tried to make it as easy as possible, and then he did a great job filming and filling in for me.
I was pissed that we had Wi-Fi.
If we wouldn't have had Wi-Fi,
It would have been amazing.
I'd have just followed you back. Like, sorry, I gotta go. Like, I know I have to be best man in this wedding, but I can't do it without Wi-Fi. And it was good Wi-Fi. Speeds were good. Whole deal. The whole resort was basically on an app. You had to have an app. You had to have the app for everything, which is terrible for Nicole because she never knows where her phone is. So, we've always had this little red detail filler cap on the rear axle. And
I like it.
we added some grooves around it this time. On the Ultra, you basically just put some Ultra or Pro, put some Loctite on it and threaded it in, it would stay. But on this one, since you're threading it into plastic and you have to cut your own threads, we made this little tool, which has got a VP logo on it. And so the cap basically just drops into that, like that. And then you can use it to thread into the plastic, which makes it super easy.
The brass tubes are press fit and support at the end, so the actually do reinforce despite what the internet quote unquote experts say.
Yeah, it just goes in there, last few millimeters there. And it just for one, like if you're gonna have replacements, replaceable axles, like they're gonna have to be taken out. So having like an actual total press fit wouldn't be reasonable.
Why isn't there an oil plug on the front axle?
Because that's not really as common in the full-size world. The rear axles, you find it more so. But yeah, that's why.
Oh, he fancy now.
Oh, he fancy.
That tool is the whole reason I bought this kit. I bet that tool is Josh's only contribution.
We also have a plastic oil fill plug if you wanted, or if we decide to make a lower cost version or something like that in the future and we take out the red aluminum one. You don't get that.
What might a set of near mint condition first gen original SDX10 Rock Jogs axles be worth?
Original ones, probably between $400 and $500.
Is there a possibility of a straight axle version of the Phoenix in the future? Appreciate all the great info you have provided.
There's always a possibility. Maybe by 2023. There's always a possibility. But nothing is easy. So you'll get what you get and you'll like it.
Oh God, Ben, I'm not even going to ask him that because you have other things to spend your money on.
What?
You know.
Is Curry talking about is he talking about full-size axles? Yeah. Ooh, yeah. I think Ben should get those axles.
I don't.
Listen, you can't drive a wedding ring. What's that?
Is the oil fill cap only on the rear axle?
Yes, it is.
How much torque do the shift servos need?
Low, 120 or up. So we finished bag A and B, front and rear axles. And now we're on to chassis stuff. So set those aside.
Brian Sherwood, thank you for the $5. You can open my interpretation of a phoenix body that I will be using on mine. That the great Moose Job built for me.
Is that what that bag out there is?
Ah. He said we could open it.
Okay. I'll grab it.
Is it really for Brian?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh.
Moose Jaw told me something like that, but he didn't tell me what. So bag C is, like I said, chassis stuff. So the guts of the VS4-10 chassis are pretty much unchanged. You can probably bring it all in here. So as soon as Nicole walks out the door, Sookie yells at her to watch her run on the wheel.
Yep.
It's a good packaging job, Moose Jaw. Oh my God. It's a Lloyd.
Brought to you by J Concepts. What's that? Oh.
With an orange.
Aww.
It's got
Cute.
my crown, but with an orange.
And it's brought to you by, do you see it?
And brought to you by J-Con. I used to think that brought to you by was one word when I was very young, and I brought it up one time. And it's got a bomber interior in it, which is my go-to on everything.
You don't go and get 58,000 subs without annoying a few people.
Oh, he did a good job.
Awesome.
He made a Lloyd body look reasonable. That's as much as I'm going to give you.
I like that body.
She's polite. It's the annoying orange from YouTube.
I don't know what that is.
It was super. It was like a. When was the annoying orange a thing? Like 12 years ago? That's awesome. We put that somewhere so I don't want to damage the Lloyd.
Cute.
Little firewood.
Yes.
Is there a bedroll? Ah, no bedroll.
Maybe it's in the toolbox. Good job, Joe.
Joe did a great job. So Joe got his Phoenix today. He had to wait until Joe also got the short end of the stick with me being on vacation. Joe, Moose Jaw, knew about the Phoenix in like April. Can you help me help you? Yes. Joe was lucky enough to know about the Phoenix in like April. He had to sign an NDA and he had to do all the fun stuff, but he got to know about it early. And I guess I really only need to do one side at a time. I've done these a million times.
Yeah.
So, find our 10s.
What are you doing, Suckum?
She ready to be?
I called you in April and you said nothing, so good, bad, or bad.
You said no heads up at all.
Ah.
What?
Bill got his the next day after he did it.
Yep.
Gunner, thank you for the $5. Are you headed to Folsom so I can drive the Phoenix and SDX6? Also, what size men's shirt would you wear, Nicole? I've got a shirt to make for you. Oh my God. No.
I got deported from Mexico and all I got was this stupid t-shirt. I mean, I'm just saying she wears some of my older large shirts all the time.
Josh, thoughts on the Three Brothers anti-belt?
I don't know. I don't really know yet.
Have you used them enough to have an opinion?
That's why I said I don't know yet.
So he doesn't have an opinion. You can't talk about things you know.
I did work.
Or see you next Tuesday. It's still my favorite.
I know. I was like that name.
Princess has his comp body. Did you have this rig in Vegas?
Did I have it with me in Vegas? No.
Oh, it was Chief, of course.
Of course it was Chief.
Or Tank.
Chief is the least graceful.
Oh, he's our Tank.
He's just plow. But no, I did not bring it with me in Vegas. I don't ever like to risk those things being seen or anything like that. So I don't want to be the reason that a leak happens. So.
Say I wanted to relocate the electronics on my SCX-10 II to put on a narrow crawler style body. Do you have a recommendation on a body?
Power wagons, cliffhangers are two of the ones that I do enjoy driving myself.
Green Top, Missouri.
Green Top?
We don't know where that is.
I don't either.
John Derringer's gonna put together his Phoenix kit. Everyone's so excited. I'm just so happy.
I know. I wish that I could have done this build last Friday, but
all the Tahoe Reno area guys got theirs next day.
yeah.
And then be a flock of Phoenixes up here.
So yeah, it was
Will all-in-one brushless system fit the Phoenix?
the Spectrum one drops right in. The Fusion will fit, but it does take a little bit of fiddling. So
Westphalia, Missouri. Now that I've heard of.
I do know that. Wasn't there a cult there?
I mean,
Or was that West Plains?
the Mormons started in Missouri.
No, I know. No, maybe it was Far West. It was called Far West. Super interesting read if you ever
Did
want to
you
read
get
it.
a leather jacket when you purchase a Ripper? That's a good idea. That's like a members only jacket with your serial number on the sleeve, like your pilot number, but your serial number.
You've had worse ideas. I mean, which is
Everyone, they're very happy that as soon as it was released, they were able to get their hands on it. That
which
was their
very
that was
difficult.
the point.
Very difficult to do. Like I said, this thing was, we would have liked to have this released a long time ago. So, not having it.
One Lacos RC so hovering over the buy button all week. Phoenix ordered. Angelina Rivera. Josh said I missed you at Proline by the Fire, but he enjoyed talking to you guys, and she just ordered her husband the Phoenix.
I told her she had to. We discussed it on Instagram.
There's a Phoenix group, no serial number required.
Yeah, I did not join that. It's like we already have a VS4-10 group. I don't know why we need them.
Because you need a group for everything.
I think that's why I didn't join. It's because they're literally
We actually saw in the first run.
don't really.
Oh yeah,
You have those numbers?
About that. Sorry, there's a lot.
There was a lot, but yeah, I don't really give those numbers.
How long did the container ship wait?
Luckily for us, that was also not an issue.
Yeah, that was a lucky thing.
Port of Oakland, not the same backup as
LA.
LA and Long Beach. So
A group is what makes things cool. Duh. Could you make an extension kit VFD for 550 style?
you could, but like if you're just running a nice big brushless system, you don't need it. Like I run enough power on a 540 to backflip the car. So
When was the hopeful original release date of the Phoenix?
like February.
Yeah.
I don't remember. We told we told Moose Jaw in whatever month that was a long time ago, and then it was before that.
Dawson's was stuck in Roseville for like 4 days.
I've seen Jesse Schultz. His was bouncing around out here too.
I have a stock capper and I'd like to make it more scale and also go brushless, but I have no idea what to get.
more scale and go brushless. I think those are kind of two different things you're discussing. So it kind of depends on what you're after exactly. But I actually got a new capper based one right up there. That I bought a chassis out of España, and it showed up while I was gone, and I assembled it last night. I stole all of my cap running gear out of the RC Speedy, dropped it in that thing.
The Facebook group is what allows you to resell them for later for thousands.
People are trying to, what is it, strike lightning twice. Wait, no, get struck by.
Yeah. I have the K&K stainless steel screws. Would you recommend using them instead of the stock kit screws?
I mean, it's not my preference. Especially because they use button head in a lot of locations, and I much prefer the cap head. Me and what's the owner of K&K? Mike Kirby. We've got into it back and forth in a friendly way about why the cap heads are better options compared to his preference of button heads, and it, he'll understand one day, but it's, it takes time to learn him.
Still trying.
He needs a learning.
Thanks for the tip on RPP Hobby. Just ordered the Phoenix.
There you go.
So if I don't open it and wait, it's like owning BP stock.
Well, I mean, especially right now because they're not, until the next batch shows up, the value might go up. So that, put the other slider on.
Somebody said West Coast FedEx is running 4 to 7 days behind.
It's wild.
Oh.
FedEx is the most reliable right now, though, by far.
Yeah. Saw you were live and always watch the rerun, so I thought I would drop by. Thanks to laughs and entertainment and knowledge. Have a good night, guys. You too.
Well, thanks for joining, even
Eric,
if you're going to run away.
Thank you for the $5. I'll buy that RC Speedy Capper, Josh, if you still have it.
I do.
You can have it.
Well, you can buy it.
Obviously.
He would try and give it away. That's why I clarify.
Especially to Eric Baker, because he's like the nicest person ever.
But yes, absolutely. The chassis, it still has the link set on it and a UC Fab skid plate. So,
is it better to buy Vanquish products direct or from your retailers?
whatever works best for you. I mean, we support retailers because lots of times people want to shop at the place they like, and we support dealers and brick and mortar shops because of it. There are lots and lots of jobs out there at hobby shops, and hopefully those guys are doing.
Yeah.
It's like having thousands of salesmen.
Yeah. Started this build at the same time as you. I'm only on the rear axle. Slow down. No. Are the shocks pre-built?
The cartridges are pre-assembled, and we will get into the shocks here before too long. I should probably be looking at the instructions a little bit more closely, but for the most part, have these trucks down. I should have brought my second DeWalt home, so I didn't have to change bits all the time.
Any chance of a 4-link conversion for the front?
No.
Tim says, this will be my first Vanquish kit. Can't wait to get started on it.
Yeah, there's not really an ability to do a 4-link front conversion on this. With the way that the transmission and offset drive shaft and all of those things, it's just not. But the 3-link panhard actually functions perfectly on it, so there isn't really a big benefit going that way. You can't do servo on axle, so there isn't. Without doing that, there's no point in doing 4-link. Okay, chassis done. So now we're going to bag D.
Can you see the newest Capra chassis tonight?
Maybe.
Oh, watching from South Bend, Indiana.
I don't want to tell her how much I paid for it.
Would you recommend Associated Green Slime for the shocks, Josh?
Always. I use that on all the shocks.
How many VS4-10 chassis have you built?
Yeah. A lot.
Would the Phoenix be a good hard body chassis compared to the SCX-10 I'm having issues interior clearing SCX trans.
So that would be a big difference. Is this has got a much lower transmission than the SCX-10 but so if that is an issue for you with the transmission and high motor, then yes.
What's your go-to steering servo for the VS4-10?
I think I probably have more Futaba S9177s than anything else.
Have you seen all the people parting out the Phoenix kit?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep.
I guess I need to do that next time.
I can see your first post or your first question. How do I sell this on the internet? That's all you would like. What do I do now? So I go to the Facebook and
when I first had Facebook, it was the Facebook.
Yeah. And now it's Meta. They changed the name.
That will be how Nicole sells Josh's collection, one screw at a time. I don't know about that.
You know what? I think it'd be the exact opposite. She'd be like, lump sum, come get it.
Yeah.
Bring cash.
Yeah, no,
you'll be home at 6. So
nothing.
Be here by then.
All or nothing. Is this still going? Perry G.
Yeah.
You guys get snow?
Oh, Perry G is in an area where that could have been a thing. So this is the big part of the new kit is the VFD Twin. The new transmission. What did he do?
He made me some apple pie moonshine, kind of screwed it up, 2 fingers and a whiskey glass knocks you on your ass. That's doing it right.
This doesn't taste like apples at all.
So I'm going to get a ban on Meta now.
Jesse. Yeah, Jesse's always banned on Facebook. It's like, I got banned again. He'll like, I was just saying. I was like, yeah, you can't say that, Jesse.
Saying things. Don't say things. No one needs to complain on Facebook. Facebook's where your great aunt goes
Jesse gets
to find misinformation.
Yeah, Jesse likes to argue with your great aunt.
No.
I know. I shake my head at Jesse.
Just got a few flurries. It melted right away. We were gone for all of it.
Yeah, I had the big rain and all that up here, and it was gone by the time we got home.
Josh, what would you suggest for a motor and ESC for the Phoenix?
So I have a whole list on that, but 2700 kV Rock 412, 2700 kV Polar Pro is one of my favorites. 2300 Rock 412. I like those both on 4S and 3S. The video truck, my orange one, the one that's on the box, that's a 2300 kV. Rock 412 on 3S in the video.
No, Josh, it does taste like an apple, and only apples. You're too far in before you realize it. So you did it right. For what it's worth, the aluminum motor plate and supports work fine.
Yeah, aluminum motor plate and the posts are the same as it would be compatible from the previous one. But that's about it as far as backwards compatibility on the transmission. The first 2 gears in the trans would be the same, but the top shaft is different. It's got a slipper now.
Is there an option for 0% overdrive and the 33%?
No, but 6.5% is basically a non-noticeable, so it's not a big deal. Just run 6.5. People have asked for 0. I'm just like, you just drive it with 6.5, and you'll see that it's basically an unnoticeable difference, but it's a slight performance advantage. So,
is the Phoenix lighter than a box stock Pro?
It's a great question. I do not have your answer on that. So, posts are on. Now we need bearings. And then the new top shaft.
Drive incision shafts work fine also.
Yep. Yep. So, get that. So this does have a slipper on it now, which is new for us. The gears in the transmission are in the back half of the transfer case are slightly narrower than the previous one. So we put a slipper in it just to try and save the gears as much as possible.
Honest thoughts on plastic axle housings compared to the machine ones. I know it's a ways out, but any thoughts on selling just the portals?
I mean, they're of course less expensive, so that's why there was such a huge cost difference. Now, like my Pro, it's obviously, I probably wouldn't be able to drive like I do with plastic axle housings like that one. So that's the reason why there's a benefit to aluminum. And now, as far as if you're asking whether or not there'll be aluminum versions of these, I don't know. There's lots and lots of things to... Wrong one. That is a 5x9.
What is the reason for adding a slipper?
It just helps to to help keep gears alive longer by giving it the chance to have a little bit of slip rather than sending that shock wave to the gears. So now this one doesn't use a spring; it uses this PU washer, polyurethane. It's a clear crush type washer. So that's where the tension comes from. So you drop that in there. And then you use a lock nut. Right there.
Not making any announcements on straight axles.
Is that a question?
Is the Castle 3100 kV too much for this truck?
Is the Castle 3100? No, it's not. I used to run 3100s in basically everything. Lately I've kind of changed to 23 to 2700s, and then I've run 3S or 4S. So
We did not drink the water in Mexico.
nope. Drank too many sugary drinks a couple of times though.
So many pina coladas.
So
JB weld the slipper.
you could also use the previous incision or the previous lockout top shaft if you wanted to get rid of it, but
Slipper clutch equals slowly leaving a stop sign. No slipper equals dropping the clutch in your high school parking lot. Says Dale. You ever mess with open TX radios as you have 32 channels for caller ACCs?
I've used OpenTX as far as I've got a FR Sky QX7 and a 9 maybe. But that's about it. Never for pistol grip ground stuff. I've always stuck with my Fatava stuff. Well, I've had Spectrum and stuff too, but that's about it. So we aren't putting the motor in this right now, so we're gonna leave this at that.
Will we see offset Curry F9 for fronts ever released?
Curry for fronts ever released? Possibly.
For you're saying the axles don't need flex seal. Will the Kappa
Never say never.
transmission work on my SCX-10 too, or do I need to change the skid plate?
Nope. Yeah, change your skid plate.
What's your thoughts on Pitbull Rock Beast Tire Alien Compound?
I liked the Rock Beast. Where is the...
Why drink water
front
when
part?
you can pretend to be in
There
a
it is.
Corona ad from the 90s?
Yeah, I didn't even have a Corona. I didn't see them have
No,
Corona.
we had Dos Equis and Ducati.
And Soul, which was
That was
terrible.
gross.
That was terrible.
I was good with the Dos Equis.
Dos Equis was good.
Any issue running the Incision Light Kit with 4S?
It's a good question. I have not done it. Not rated for it. So that's a good question, though.
Who are you people?
What?
Aardvark Spleen.
Aardvark Spleen's been here before.
$5, thank you. How does shrink wrap know how to shrink on its diameter and not linearly?
Linearly?
Linearly.
Because it doesn't really shrink linearly. That is a hard word to say.
It is.
Aardvark Spleen, that's a fascinating question.
That sounds like one for the Google machine.
I'm. That is a great question. Now I have like a whole box of shrink wrap like right here. I'd love to just like.
Gosh, I've got. Did I already say that any issues running the Surf and Light kit with 4F?
Yeah.
I've got my Bastard Junior built down to just under 3 pounds. Think a Holmes 380 2800 kV will work for it.
380. Even at 3 pounds, like the amount of torque needed to get big tires turning from a stop, it would not be my route.
Because, of course,
What?
Alex.
Is
knew.
Alex, what did he say?
Because of the way the polymers are aligned, it can only tense up in one direction.
I'm kind of guessing something like that, but I would like to see the science behind
Mike J, I
that.
can say it. I'm just impressed you could type it.
He had autocorrect. I bet Mike J used speech to text. No one's typing that out.
Yeah.
Or if you do, you probably start typing it and it's just like, is this what you mean? Like,
The Roswell wheels and Hyrax tires go together so easy like mountain cousins.
like what, cousins?
Mountain cousins. Dale, we actually preferred Costa Rica over Cancun. Just saying.
I did like Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I got to go back to one of them tomorrow, that is
No, he said no, my tablet has supercalifragilisticexpialidocious in it. Did you bring any RCs on your trip? No.
I did not. Not one. Should I have? Probably.
No.
Maybe just one, just to keep me occupied while my wife was in custody of the Mexican customs agents. You know. I mean, I was detained for a certain amount of time as well. We don't really talk about my inconvenience. Like, oh, well, my battery's dead. Excuse me.
Your battery's dead.
I have another.
No. I'd like to see a VS4-10.
Ooh.
Yeah, guilty by association.
It was funny because, whoa, he's in high gear now. It was funny because they were making her fill out this whole big paper of things and like,
Yeah, I know. Like, why were you making me answer all of these questions if you weren't even going to let me in?
and it was like name. And then she puts down the wrong name again. I'm like, no, they need to know your actual name this time. I'm like, well, how am I supposed to know? I'm like, and I was super understanding and calmly explained.
We did not do the island. We did not take the day trip to the island. It was too hot. And
And really, you know, it's just like, how about we just sit around and relax for a while?
let's just not leave.
Let's just not allow for other opportunities for you to be arrested.
Yeah, I know. I'm the guy from Proline by the Fire with the titanium chassis. He said hello.
How's it going?
So I'm never afraid of swimming in the ocean or like sharks or anything, but I was actually a little bit afraid of like jellyfish this time because I was like, I'm definitely gonna get stung by a jellyfish. Like, if it was ever gonna happen, it's gonna happen on this trip. Like, I'm definitely gonna get like 3rd-degree sunburns and get stung by a jellyfish, maybe eaten by a shark if I'm lucky. Then I won't have to deal with all this shit later. Like,
then you have to get a COVID test to come back in the States, and she's just like, oh, I'm definitely testing positive for that.
Like, I'm vaccinated and everything, and I was like, I definitely have COVID for sure. Like, I know, like, even if I don't have it, it's going to show up on the test. So,
Like, they're definitely going to have to keep me in a room for the next week.
yeah. So I was just waiting for all of it.
Just waiting for everything to happen.
Yeah, when we were in Cancun, we could always tell the noobs by how red their boobs were. Yeah.
What? Who?
Well, because people get sunburned. I don't stay out in the...
Oh, no. And everyone's like, how come you don't have such a tan? I was like, because I have the world's shortest egg timer with me at all times.
Yeah, no, I
She's
don't
like,
mess
we've been in
around.
the sun for 14 minutes.
I don't mess around with this.
We need to be back
no.
in the shade. And
I'm like, our sunscreen runs out in approximately 7 minutes, so let's get that going now.
like, reapply.
Yeah, I don't burn. No.
Yes. Yep.
What's the ABEC rating of the bearings packaged by Fast Eddie? What if I know?
7.
Yeah. Castle makes too much wine, always screaming at you like a noisy ex-wife. Can I put that transmission in my Ultra VS4? Hi, good-looking couple.
Hello.
Mike Pasquale.
You could. It's a different skid plate. And then, of course, you need the servo mounts and all that. Oh, wait. Did I put in that other bearing? I don't want to forget that.
What's the machine you use at home?
Mine at home is a Stepcraft D600.
Oh, shit. So I'm
God
sorry.
damn it. You did that on purpose.
No, I didn't. I was wondering what that was. Sorry. I'm sorry. I was like, I didn't figure that could have been like, there's so many buttons and levers on here.
You're such an ass.
I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to do that.
I don't believe you in the slightest.
How is a chair thing on the side? Huh? When is it? You ever seen a chair that didn't have it underneath? Why would I think that was what made your chair go up and down?
I don't know.
I mean, now that I know.
Yeah, right.
But
like I was saying, I always forget this bearing in here. Like, I've built so many of these, and I always know I have to take it back apart because I always forget to do that. And now I'm going to know that my chair won't magically eject me.
oh, I wish it had an eject. That would be amazing.
God.
That would be amazing. Mexican jail changes a girl. Not in Mexican jail. And they were very nice and kind. Back in the early 2000s, I crawled with the original X-Tail chassis and an Outrunner. What's your take on those, Josh?
I designed the X-Trail chassis in the early 2000s.
Wow.
And I ran with an Outrunner at the time. There was the BM9 and the BM7. I worked with Kevin at the crawler store back then. The 9 was the goldish color. The 7 was the blue.
I forgot the other large E-clip.
I forgot it. You forgot it.
He said, no way.
Yep. No, I designed that way back.
Small world. Do you still have one?
I don't. I don't keep
VS4-10
I don't keep things around all that often. What?
You idiot.
I don't. I'm not a big collector.
You have so much shit. I can't. I'm not.
I didn't have this seated.
Back in the RCC.
Yep, true story.
There was a guy with an X-Trail at Crawl for the Cure.
Oh, nice.
And Pro showed it to me.
What's that? What didn't I seat fully here?
God, these are so sweet.
They are very sweet.
Ugh,
I'm surprised you don't like it.
I don't.
There's that. I missed something. There you go.
Yeah, I'm not really a collector, Josh. Fully surrounded by a collection. Exactly.
Yeah, but it's more like a short-term collection. I don't collect them.
This shit has been, some of this shit has been here long enough, as long as we've been here. Oh,
What?
the two gray matters have to fight now.
There's 2 gray matters?
Yeah, Jesse is always on top of it, like you have to fight. There can only be one. Phoenix has his first SCX-10. Yeah, Phoenix, you probably have enough room in your home for it.
You know, there we go. Now we got it. Nice and smooth.
TLC, thank you for the $5. You heard it, boys and girls. Is not a collector. I call dibs on the Ripper. Here's $5 for the Ripper. Ron Malson says, my RCCA days when forums were the rage, I did the X-Trail build with the then new Proline Rubicon, Project XCon.
Ah.
Of course you know who that is.
I mean, you probably had, you took, so I kept one copy of every article from those. So you remember you kept, tore them out. Yeah. So you probably have his article in a book.
Gray Matter Fab's changing his name to Buck Dandy. So has the Phoenix been polished?
Been polished.
I don't know. Did Matt say something about polishing a Phoenix?
I don't know. I mean, sounds possible. Sounds like something Matt could have said.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we get into the multi-gear set, selectable overdrive, and dig construction portion. So
I wonder where that book is.
we're gonna go to this part. So you have to be floating head for a little while.
Oh, that was Matt from Matt's thing yesterday, the policy in the Phoenix. It was pretty funny. How's the SCX6 running? Tried taking mine on an indoor rock crawling course. That was a no-go. Oh my god, he did change it to Buck Dandy. He'll have to change your name in his phone. ABEC bearing classification relates to tolerances and quality.
Yeah, but not everybody. They
Believe
don't.
you, but I have no idea.
It's just
Eddie, I'm sure he knows, but
yeah, I don't think everybody actually requires to have an ABEC certification. So
does the VFD trans still have the inspection upper gear?
yep, that part of it is unchanged.
Can you use the metal gear retainers in the trans instead of the plastic ones?
Let's see. I would like to answer that accurately, but I do not remember what spacing this one has. If it's the same as the 6.5%, or if this is a new one that makes the 33% work. So I can't answer that easily and be like confident that I'm accurate. So I won't.
So many RC questions on this non-RC channel. Dale, I have no idea. I'm sure there's probably already one.
What?
A bearing kit for the SCX6.
Oh, that's probably true.
I'm guessing that he probably already has one.
Okay, I need a...
I think rollerblades when you say ABEC.
Yeah, like I think that's when most...
I was like 8 years old when rollerblades were popular, so...
I remember when they like really started going.
Phoenix, you never know. Mike Philpott, hey guys, wish I could watch more. Just checked in and say hello, Nicole. Thank you, Josh. Well, hope it's good, going good tonight. Good night. Good night.
Good night. Thank you for
Sean
popping
is
in.
working on the links now. He
Working
says,
on the-
ouch, I was like 13, not cool. What?
I mean, how old did you say you were?
Like 8?
Are you sure you were that old? I feel like that's when I got rollerblades.
Yeah, but you were rich, so we probably got them later than you.
So I need another.
There's Gene Master 74. Haven't seen him for a while.
Right? It has been a bit. Okay. Top gear is on. We need to put on the little retainer part for the what do you call it? For the bearing plate. It is, where's that little thing? That little guy? Don't worry about that little guy. What was that from? Super Troopers?
I was listening to you.
Oh, I was just rambling myself. Okay.
If you say razor blades, it sounds like you're saying rise up lights with an Australian accent.
Oh, there's the freaking thing.
For racing rigs, I thought it would be a higher... Yeah, for racing rigs, for the ceramic, I'm sure it is.
Yeah, I'm just making up a rating. ABEC 7 was all I ever heard, but like I said, I don't really think that's all that often used in RC.
Blind squirrel. What's up, guys? Can't be rollerblading on a farm. Yeah.
Have we been here since the Colt discussion?
No.
We haven't?
No.
That.
So.
Oh,
weird.
yeah, because it was you were gone. You weren't here.
Right.
We were back in Omaha, or Omaha area, my hometown. And I was taking Nicole to all of the places I grew up. And one of them was our old farm. And we discovered that it was for sale when we drove up. I was like, wow. And then we saw that they built this like 8,000 square foot, 8-bedroom house. That was...
It looked like Waco.
It did. A lot. And the inside of it with all the photos was even more reinforcing of that. So if anybody knows what is going on in like 250... Sydney, Iowa. 259th Road or something like that. Look for an 8-bedroom, or I think it was listed as a 10-bedroom, 10-bath because there was another, there was a double wide.
But it straight up looked like every Colt documentary I've ever watched, which is all of them. Like, they were, like, hiding the sister wives there or something. It was crazy.
I was pretty obsessed with trying to figure it out. So.
Yeah, but we didn't. Perry G, thank you for the $5. I missed the first hour. We donated to replay Nicole's Mexican bail money. Missed you guys at Crawl for a Cure, but I saved some homebrew jet fuel for you. Fantastic. Hey. And yes, that is what you are donating for. Dale says, Josh, want to say I'm thoroughly impressed by the level of engineering that has gone into VP products. Your new rig shows us even more. It's quite amazing seeing what has been accomplished.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
See, that's what
all the hard work and late nights are for.
Right? And building tons and tons of trucks and kits and
Are ceramic bearings really that special? I think if you're racing they are. There's less friction, I think, in the bearings, and they're faster. So
faster.
It's not a Colt, it's a fan club. Matt Conley says Sydney, Iowa's in my delivery territory. I'll ask around. Please do.
Matt Conley, do it.
Please.
Find out. Look.
Because it was banana. Like, somebody knows something. And it looked like it was set up for, like, there was, like, a outbuilding that had a bar kind of in it with, like, these old restaurant booths and, like, a little stage. It was so bizarre.
Yes, it was.
Oh, thank you, Robbie. For saving,
Shoot.
We weren't here for Crawl for the Cure, were we?
We were not.
We were somewhere. Black Venom Radio Control, thank you for the $10. My first huge contribution to the RC community. Hey. Emailed Fast Eddie about creating a bearing kit for Mad Van, and now it's there. Also, missed the Friday night show. Glad to see you two back. Hopefully, we will be back For a few weeks at least.
Yeah. Which we should be.
I think we've got about 3 weeks here.
Yeah. Until
We don't.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Which we'll be off for Thanksgiving. And then back. Back again. Guess who's back? Back again. Oh, so you know what? I walked in my office today and Steve was in there. And on his phone, he was playing ICP. And I was like, what are you listening to? And he's like, I was like, why are you listening to that? I'm like, he's like, have you ever heard this? And I was like, yeah, sure have. Know most of them.
Why are you bringing that up?
It was just funny, especially to hear Steve listening to ICP.
Good night, Carlos. Just cut the seal and open the box. Oh, so sweet. Now build, and tomorrow another Phoenix will be born, says Bruce Gibbs. That's cute. I like that. Yeah, Thanksgiving will run a best of.
It'll just be Nicole calling me an idiot. Here.
I shared Monsters of California with Josh, but he didn't watch it. Watch it, but he cares about a cult. What does that mean?
Jesse, he's like, I've been falling asleep to this lately, and it's just like,
oh, I want to know.
Super spooky stories on YouTube. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Nice. Has anyone sent Dan $80 to build their shocks?
God. Not Dan, our Dan.
Huh?
Not our Dan.
Oh. Nicole calling Josh an idiot's probably a full 24 hours. I don't even mean to.
No, it's just force of habit. She means it lovingly.
That's good. That's a good idea. You should buy the place and start an RC cult. I'd join. VP already gets half my income. You're not begging my wife, though.
It was like 520,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
Not exactly in my price range.
No. 2 hours of Nicole throwing things at Josh. I listen to IPCP every year when putting up Christmas lights, but you can.
That's a tradition. I
Good
like
night,
it.
Ken. I do like that. Yeah, have Nicole smell some Proline tires. I made my mom and dad smell them because
they were just like, I don't get it.
Well, my mom can't smell earth,
Sure.
which I really wish was a thing when I was a teenager, but it's only been since I've been in my 30s that she can't smell. I'm like, where's that back in the day?
Where did I get the benefit of this?
Yeah. Does the cult have a password to get in? No, you have to have a serial number. 525 in the Midwest gets you a cult compound. 525 in California gets you an outhouse. We can't afford either.
Okay, more gears. Gears.
Steve Art Fire Truck, thank you for the $5. Nice to have you and the felon back. Have a good night, guys. 6 15-pound turkey deep fried, says Dale. Good Lord. Yeah, Josh is a minister after all. Cult is a natural progression.
Hey, that's
Future home of the Ripper Group in Iowa. Don't worry, it's not a cult.
Not a cult. Okay, we got those on. We have to put our idler gear on.
Sorry if I missed it. Just tuned in. Do the aluminum bearing plates fit the VFD twin?
I don't have that answer off the top of my head. These are 30 tooth, so I think that they are the same as the 6.5%, but I just can't remember exactly. And I hate to say for sure yes without knowing. But they're the same design, I'm pretty sure, because of the standoffs and everything, so I don't know. Okay, so we've got to drop the lockout into position. Just lines up. And, oops, wrong way.
Yeah, most cults do get a tax break.
Do they? Do they get like the...
Well, they're like religious.
Oh, I've got to put the bearing plate in there.
If it looks like a Colt, smells like a Colt, it's probably a bunch of grown men with RCs.
Oh,
Tuck in
there
a
wasn't.
rocket. There he is, the Mexican jelly bean.
There is a. This is one of the errors in the manual. There was supposed to be an E-clip here. It's shown right down here. See at the bottom, right there. It's the last one on the top shaft there. So you do need to install that one, and it's not specifically shown in the manual. But there is an updated manual on the website.
Mike J, you absolutely can be part of our cult.
I don't know. Mike J's caused a lot of issues.
Never. Welcome back. Rich guy vacation, a 1K truck. If you only knew. Coach D's here.
Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and just thread the lockout in.
Jesse Mack from Australia.
The Loctite on the lockout to hold it in place.
That's the E-clip I forgot.
Yep. Yes.
It's okay.
Yeah. You're gonna have to do your best to answer some questions for a second.
I'm not answering anything.
Yeah, you're gonna have to, because guess what?
What?
I had a huge coffee before I left the shop.
You have to pee. Okay. You know, by the time the delay is over of him leaving, then he's already back. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. Okay. Susie says hi. Tell Susie I said hello. Oh, where's Chief? I don't know. You should not make your wives watch this. That is not fair or nice. I don't want to watch it. Mom and Dad just went to see Dune at the drive-in. But I do kind of want to say that. Yay! Dale C is getting a new kitten. Yeah, I'm not from Carol Baskins, I don't think. I don't think so. They aren't here.
What's that?
Oh, Libby's here. Did you guys paint the bathroom? Or the laundry room? Do you think your mom stayed awake during the movie? No.
Does your mom not stay awake for movies?
No.
No? Huh.
No.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Spence Palladors gave us $5. Thank you. Oh my god, hey, I almost missed it because I was in the garage building mine. I was hiding your parts.
Better not.
Next kit, please no Eclipse, just include Flex Seal.
What was that? What kitten did
Oh,
what?
you guys skipped the painting and just had margaritas? You missed your nephew. You weren't home in time.
I was not.
But we'll see him on Sunday when he's a firefighter.
Ah, what are you going to be for tomorrow? Huh?
Asleep.
No.
Yeah.
Shit. So you're going to Flex Seal the portals. You see, I don't know if it sticks to this type of plastic as well. Whoops. I could actually lose the last E-clip that I was talking about. Don't forget that one. Now gears, everything's greased, good to go. All of the
You would think I would like Halloween parties, but I really don't.
well, liven up. Oh, I put one of the see, this is the one problem is I've built several of these over the last many months and a lot of other VFDs. So I put things together from memory and not by looking at the directions as well as I should.
What should my wife do for me? I'm pulling up carpet and installing laminate floor. Not suffocate you in your sleep?
Wait, what?
That's nice.
I mean, that seems oddly specific.
I bought a bowling spirit, Vanquish hat, and Crocs. I'm going as Josh.
Who said that?
Ryan.
That's plain rude.
Wait, what did Ben get? Something named Sherlock?
Oh, he had a new dog.
Ah.
He got a new pup.
Aww.
Yeah, a cutie too. It looks just like one that they currently have as well. Is Chief playing Chief is like a freaking, he plays tug of war and he digs in so hard.
Oh, he broke it.
He broke it?
Well, it just came.
Oh, he broke, yeah.
Pulled too hard.
He plays tug of war like a dog.
Yeah.
He's a weirdo. Okay, so we've got all of the gears built inside this transmission. Oh, we probably go back to the other one. So everything's built in there. You can see the cogs moving around and whatnot. We have to insert the dig arm first. So it comes with two arms. One is for the overdrive. It says OD. And the other one is for the dig. And it says dig. Amazing, right? Hi, Chief. Am I starving of Chief time? So there's a little hole there on the side, and this just drops in through it. They probably, I know. There's probably 60% of the people who want to see Chief, and then there's like 30% of the people who are
You can still see Chief.
Oh, wow, you can. See, look at that. Floating head thing works. So you can see this little T slot there, which corresponds to that. And it just goes right in. In from one side. Then we have the silicone gasket, which is this. It's got a slit in it. So.
Listen to that purr. What a sweet boy.
Put that over top. And then we've got the little cover. Oops. Probably just get this all lined up at once. Make it easier on myself.
It was a compliment, Josh. Rude would be if I dress in flannel when it's matte.
So, gasket on the backside. It'll all get flattened down.
So one says OD for overdrive and the other says dig for dig. I'm confused. Can you go over that again slower, maybe with some pictures?
Yeah, when I say OD, it's an acronym, meaning that each letter stands for a different word. And in this case, those are...
Oh, wow. Bruce Gibbs, thank you for the $50.
Thank you very much.
Amy said her work is doing wine discounts if you show up for a tasting and costume. A costume would be me putting on jeans.
Yeah. Oh, you should see. I mean, I won't go into full detail. Nicole has many.
Like putting pants on. Hi from Slovakia. Raven Sailor Thief, thank you for the $20. Hey, you lied about 3 to 4 months ago when I suspected and asked you if many items on the VP website were sold out because the machines were busy making parts for the new kit. You said no. Do I at least get partial credit?
No, you don't. But this kit is mainly made out of house. That's why it's like the molding and stuff like that. We don't have that ability. So that's why we were able to get this one to that reasonable amount.
Love this show. Keep up the laughter. Thank you, Bruce. We love you.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
Alex corrected you on that. It's not.
What did Alex correct me on?
It's initialism, not acronym. Acronym means you can pronounce it like a word.
I said, oh, okay.
Like odd.
I get it. All right. Initialism? I've never heard of that.
I might have made that up. It said something like that. It's up higher. I have Chief.
I have Chief.
I have the baby. Yeah.
He is a good cat. I'll say that.
What drill bits?
These are Traxxas out of they're like master set. They're very nice. It's a very nice set. They're very nice tips. And it comes with ball ends as well. So another bonus. Definitely another reason that I like that. Okay, now we got to drop in the overdrive side.
Alex making shit up again.
So drop in the overdrive side. Now both of these arms line up with a single point. And there is this brass pin that drops down and should capture both of them. What's up, buddy? So it's all lined up. Captured there.
Project 1, thank you for the $5. Are you able to... Jesus. Are you able to install all electronics after assembling the full kit?
Yes.
Without issue? I'm waiting on electronics and don't want to wait on building it.
The only thing that's difficult is getting the motor into position. But I mean, I've taken my transmission out so many times. So it's definitely possible. You can build the whole thing, and you may have to redo or, take some stuff out, but it's way easier to take this thing in and out than it is some, other types of kits and things like that. So don't worry too much. He is a...
I know. So I think we decided that RPP has some kits and stuff.
Yeah, RPP was the last one I knew of online that had like a decent amount. Now I've talked about it like on the videos, but you see right here, this spot and this spot here, there's set screws included in this parts tray in the bag. And you basically, all you do is you move the shift lever to the position that you want. So like rotate it till it falls in. And then basically you just put the set screw down into that hole and it will lock that arm. That arm has got a little indent that lines up with that. So you can just put it in 33%. You can put it in 6.5%. And you can just lock it there in case you don't want to put a servo on. And then with the dig as well, there's only... So you'll put it in the forward position and then lock it out. There is technically 2 holes, but don't use the second one. It wouldn't be as useful, just because it wouldn't be in 4-wheel drive. Put it in the forwardmost hole and leave it at that. So there you go. There's your lockout tips of the day. What?
Him. Wait until you hear my rant about why the 1-cent coin is useless and that it's not actually the penny.
Of course. Of course.
Good thing you did not tell Power about the new kit. We would have all known about it in May.
Exactly.
Why include 30 weight shock wheel when you recommend 60?
I mean, it's just all a personal preference thing. It's just what I like, but I drive faster than a lot of people. So if you're a more slow technical driver, like most people probably are, then the 30 weight is probably the.
Maybe you should caveat that.
Everything I say is an opinion. Like,
So don't use the second for a dragster VS4-10 Phoenix.
well, it wouldn't be a great dragster because it would be in front wheel drive only. So.
Oh, Jesse. Whew.
What?
Nothing. Nothing. Everyone.
I was trying to explain things and it was all just.
Yep. No, it's.
So you can put the Phoenix in rear wheel drive only, which is a thing that people are enjoying the idea of.
TRD Adventure, super amazing kit, went together smooth, just super ready to take it out this weekend. Totally want to get a second. Alex Toro, what is the difference in the Phoenix portals? Please explain.
What is the difference in the Phoenix portals?
I think
they're molded axle housing versus a machined aluminum. Like that's the biggest difference. There's also other differences as far as like geometry because it uses a universal, so that takes a different type of geometry. The gearing is the same, both the portal gears and the ring and pinion, but the knuckle geometry is different. Yeah. They have more steering than the other options.
I'm so ready to watch a Halloween movie.
Are you? I don't like scary movies.
To the top or again. That's Rocky Horror.
Oh, is that a Halloween movie?
Yeah.
Huh.
Will there be some for Christmas, or should I get mine now?
If you can get it now, you should get it now. I mean, there could be more for Christmas, but these also sold out super fast. So maybe don't listen to me.
Freddie Hammond, thank you for the $5. Dick's Performance Hobbies in Roanoke Park, California has a couple kits as of yesterday. Keep up the amazing work, guys.
There you go. Perfect. I think that's going to be the next thing is like once some of these hobby shops who got a large amount run out, it's going to be like, hey, whose local hobby shop still has a couple?
Yeah, get them from the hobby shop.
Well, yeah. I mean, so now that transmission is built,
Scary movies
overdrive
are like brass
dig.
parts.
They're like brass.
Caught up, and yes, I'm available to wrap Christmas presents.
What does that mean? Okay, we need.
Die Hard is not a Halloween movie, and it's not a Christmas movie.
Why is it not a Christmas movie?
Why is it a Christmas?
Because it happened on Christmas.
I've never watched it.
It's like Home Alone. Would you say Home Alone is not a Christmas movie?
No.
Really?
No, I mean it is.
Oh.
Does the compound have enough space for diverging? Oh, shit.
What compound?
Nothing.
Does the compound have space for divergent energy?
I'm just glad Matt Conley's going to find out. Oh.
Yes. And who's he delivering for? Did he ever deliver to it?
Ooh. No, he's a truck driver. So probably.
I'm surprised that is on his route, just with how in the middle of nowhere it is. Oh, those are 16s.
Oh, Die Hard's not a Christmas movie. It's the Christmas movie.
That was the one thing I saw. Like, Chandler and Joey were obsessed with Die Hard, you know. But then Rachel started dating Bruce Willis, and they didn't say anything. The loophole, or hole in the plot hole, whatever you want to call it.
So the bride at this wedding, the groom is our friend, but the bride is a little bit younger than us.
Quite a bit younger.
No, she's not that much younger. Like, quite a bit younger than you. And Josh kept making Friends references. And
I made one.
Her and all of her friends were like, wah, wah.
What was that? What was the one that I made?
I don't know. Some kind of Friends.
Was it a Friends
reference? Yeah, and they were all just like,
don't get it.
I don't get it. Like,
I don't think it was Friends. I think it was something
oh,
else.
they do propane and lubricants to farms.
propane
there.
and propane accessories, it sounds like. So, VFD twin in place.
Baller is such a douche. RPP has less than 100 left in stock. I just added 97 to my cart.
I'm pretty sure they had like 10 when I left the shop today.
It's a dumbass. Does SCX-10 Knuckles hubs fit on these F10 portals?
No.
When are you going to do tug of war with SCX-6 and TRX-4000?
I think that's a great idea.
West Desert Willer. What's up, guys?
What's his name?
West Desert Willer.
Willer?
Wheeler.
Wheeler.
Wheeler. Wheeler.
Willer? West Desert Willer.
Hey, you being stupid.
Time for shocks. These are also new.
How long are those going to take? West Desert Willie? Oh, shit. Pivot.
Pivot.
Oh, God. Here. How about nobody says anything? He says...
So, aluminum body, but yes, the lower cartridge on these is assembled.
Don CA. What's shaking, guys? Matt from Fat Matter says, you guys rock. My wife loves you too and watches when I'm not home. Man.
That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Super Greg says Bruce Willis was asked if it was a Christmas movie and he said it wasn't. You know,
You can't always trust celebrities. Of any level.
West Desert Wheeler has videos. Wheeler. It's like, I feel like I'm saying Bueller.
Just because you're saying it in a condescending way?
No, because
Is that what you mean?
that's not how I say it. Hello from New York, Giovanni. That's a pretty name, isn't it?
It is.
So, Dawn, thank you for the $5. Nice to see you both. Also, nice to chat with my RC friends. I really like the switchable OD. Looks like a great kit. Another great live. Thank you.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you, Bruce.
So, we are assembling...
Do these shocks come with different positions for the shock? Pistons.
Oh, the shock pit, as far as like what's on the parts tree? Is that what I imagine that's what he's asking?
Huh. I did not hear that, but I did hear that they were changing their name.
Who? What?
The Cleveland Indians were trying to change the Guardians because they have the big Guardians. Like when you drive into Cleveland, there's like the big bridge, and they have these cool like things, big statues that they call the Guardians. So they're gonna change their name to the.
I was unaware of that. Okay.
JMVK, been watching your YouTube vids for a while. First time catching a live. Well, welcome.
Yes.
Oh, he built a Phoenix this week. West Desert. All right.
Bags and bags and bags. So we're gonna pull off the piston. There, I didn't answer the piston question. There is only one piston as far as valving adjustments. These are a larger bore than the previous ones, so they do have more damping than the previous incision shocks. After you get the piston assembled with the E-clips, I'm going to apply a bunch of green slime to the threads. There's also a method people use of putting Teflon tape on the threads and then sliding that through, which I'd never done that before. I'm going to just inject a little green slime in the bottom of the cartridge.
I'm Dawn CA. Thank you for the $5.
And then we're going to carefully insert.
The kit shock oil is $30.
Yeah. very carefully.
Will the Hobbywing Fusion of Firma 2-in-1 fit in the standard VFD included with the Pro?
Like I said, you can get a Fusion. Oh, he said Firma, right? The Firma Hobbywing Fusion or Firma 2. Okay, you can get either of them to fit. If you want to use the Fusion, you need to do some fiddling. You have to take off the end cap, and then you have to take off the end cap, and sometimes you have to shave just like a little bit of plastic, but it's a pretty easy deal. Just gonna reuse that green slime, putting it into the other one. So one through there. Build some of these next ones. I don't care whose shocks are they. I don't always love building shocks. Any spot for rock lights in the rear? There's no specific spot like the front, just because it's with a cage like that. So no, you'd have to come up with your own solution if you wanted a specific type of spotlight. Grab another one of these. I'm going to just keep cranking through. Come on. It's so hard to pick up E-clips. It's hard to pick them up and so easy to shoot them across the room. What did you see on Amazon?
They had a Josh from Blue's Clues sweater, and I was like, well, if you would have told me before earlier today that we had to go to a Halloween party tomorrow, I could have ordered you.
Pretty sure I told you.
Could have ordered you so you could be Josh from Blue's Clues.
Ah.
We watched a lot of Blue's Clues
With our nephew. Not just on vacation in Mexico.
No, when we were home, we watched a lot of Blue's Clues. We did.
Okay, 2 of those down.
What is the headlock wheel ring with? Can you add Vanquish brass ring instead of a plastic ring?
Where's that question? What is that's meant he means beadlock. Oh, Jesus. What is the beadlock wheel ring width? Can you add Vanquish? So the wheels that are included with the Phoenix don't use that interlocking ring. So they're not compatible with that style.
Oh, he wants a spring. Do you have a tool for Eclipse?
I don't. I know they make them. I've never owned it. Okay, so.
Stand over on the screen.
Yep. He does. You keep reading.
Yeah. Thoughts on the new anti-foam?
I haven't tried them yet. I don't know if it's my
Ron, I
style,
think that would be lost on most people.
What's
going
that?
as Matt?
Yeah. I don't think that anybody else at this Christmas party, other than like 2 people, would have any idea.
Josh owns so many tools, but not one for Eclipse.
I know.
Agony. Henderson RC Works is going to build his as soon as the family goes to sleep.
It's not a super fast build, so it's going to be up late.
It is not. Got a question. Is there a system to turn on the red taillights on the Incision LED?
Is there a system? Oh, make sure you have it plugged into the receiver. If you don't have it plugged into the receiver, that's where it pulls the power for that. So there's 2, there's the regular power hookup, but then you need the receiver one. That's probably the issue.
Yeah, West Desert Wheeler. Yeah, you'll find it.
What's that?
At some point. He said it launched an E-clip and could not find it anywhere. Those show up in the weirdest places. Those and body pins,
Yep.
which I used to just think were like extra, so I used to throw them away. I thought they were like the stuff that comes off the tree,
Right.
you know? He owns a circle maker, but not an E-clip tool. When will the metal adjusters be available?
Metal adjusters. Don't know what you mean. Okay, so we need shock pliers. And we need to get
Oh,
our
there you
lower
go.
shock.
It's a small neodyme something magnet on my E-clip tool. Helps to keep them from shooting off into the ethos.
Ah,
Is Sema this weekend?
I believe so.
Have you ever been?
I have not. I would like to go, but also at the same time, I know it would just be standing and walking for hours and hours and hours on the end, and that is not, that doesn't work out so well for me and my
Shock collars. Metal shock collars.
I don't know on that. Some point.
Shock collar. I know. I'm trying. I'm hanging in there. Our vacation was wonderful, Raymond Tanner. Thank you for asking.
Glad to be back, though.
It starts on Tuesday.
I missed work. I enjoy working.
Why were you working the whole time? You were working the whole time.
But I wasn't at work, so it doesn't really count. So there's that for sure. Okay.
Any tips to put them on so they don't break?
Put them on so they don't break.
The shock collars.
I can't say that it's an issue that I've had previously. I know that these sound like they have been a little bit more difficult, but I haven't actually ran into that. So the ones that I've built up to this point have all been pre-production over the last year plus.
Travis, see? That's what you use. Got any black CA? I just stabbed myself with an X-Acto knife. Yes, the blade was sharp.
See, that's what you get for having a sharp X-Acto blade.
No.
Ah, whew. See. Just make sure.
What is Sema?
SEMA is the, oh God, what is the acronym for it? Yeah, it's basically,
What it is.
it's just like the world's largest, it's where all the aftermarket equipment manufacturers are. Specialty Equipment Manufacturers Association or something like that. I don't know. I cannot remember. Hi, Chiefy.
My X-Acto blades tasted blood and it wants more. Specialty Equipment Manufacturers Association.
Association. Okay, green slide over. Okay. So, yes, now we are on to the shock collar part, which is where people have had issues, but we shall see how this goes. Yeah, that one didn't go on perfectly straight either.
Where are you going?
Oh, there it goes. You good boy?
The doggo boy.
Good and calm tonight.
Yeah, because we've been playing SEMA, wolves everywhere. There's a file being shared in Facebook for the shock collar tool.
I've seen that. People are using it to like help guide them on and then just
For the
go
shock
from there.
pistons, the flat side should be facing upward.
That's the way that I put the taper. I go wide end of the taper to the upside. So It's let's see that way.
You're so sweet.
Yeah, that one went right on. It was
02 Garage, thank you for the $5. Any updates on the Arm at Limitless build? Feels like forever since we had the Monster ESC teaser.
yeah. I mean, it's behind me here. You know, it's just been a wild year. Just because, like, well, for one, like I didn't go out and do a lot of running because a lot of the running we did would be with these, so I couldn't really go like make a video about running the cars because, you know, there was that, and then it's just there was a lot of work for it, and then a lot of work with just everything, and it's I don't know. So it's been a busy year.
Phil Sandoval, thank you. It's rare to see a couple enjoying the hobby. You guys are cool. Thank you.
And so
This is the extent of my involvement in the hobby.
yeah, it doesn't go it doesn't go
To driving
wildly
or
further
anything.
past there.
No.
So okay.
Oh, Nicole doesn't enjoy this hobby, so Jesse.
Okay, so we got shock collars on. Now we have to add springs and
Is there room for an outrunner motor?
yes, outrunner motors are
What did you just see? What
fairly
you want
small.
after?
He saw springs.
Oh,
No, not Chief
Sir.
Springs.
look at him.
What are you
I'm
doing?
just gonna stand over here. I'm just gonna stand right here.
You scooch over.
Come here.
Hi, Bubba.
Is it dead? Oh, my love. I'm so sorry. Look how excited he is.
Yep.
It's dead. Your daddy has to put new batteries in it. I'm so sorry.
He does love the laser pointer.
Do you think chasing the threads on the tap would help them go on there better? If so, what size tap do you think?
Oh, I mean,
Why do you keep drinking my beers?
let's see. Metric. Does this go to... No. I already have the shock or the rod end on, but
If Nicole ever plays with an RC, we must check on Josh.
this says M12 and M14. Maybe it's an M13, but my thread gauge does not have that on there, so I cannot check, and I didn't design these shocks.
Darwin, thank you for the $2. Tug of War SCX6 versus TRX 4000. Let there be carnage.
Yep. I think that's for sure.
Josh has a 9-volt in the toolbox. Is that what it is for? Is that what?
I don't know if I have a 9-volt in the toolbox.
Yeah, that would be.
That would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Easy. Oh, I thought you were pulling.
No.
You seemed like you were struggling.
Bill, thank you for the $5. Josh, didn't you say in a previous Phoenix video the adapters were available that would fit micro servers into the tranny?
Nope, I did not say that, but I have seen what you're talking about from like NSDRC. No, but I definitely did not say that.
Jim
personally.
says it is an M11 by 0.8. There will not be a tap.
M11 by point. Oh, what do you know? Thanks, Jim.
Easy, Lenny. Did you say that?
Did I say that?
Yeah.
No, but
Oh.
it doesn't surprise me that somebody else caught on to your. Ow.
Might have been Matt then. Well, Josh does love to correct Matt, so it's possible.
I don't love to. It just happens.
Oof, 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 oof. Owie. Oh.
So,
No, we still don't have a battery for it. Sorry, buddy.
we need to remove it.
What you doing? Yeah, just chilling.
So these new shocks also do have a bleeder cap on top. So we can fill them
Is this thing still on?
as much or even a little bit more than normal. Oh, don't forget to put the O-ring around the top of your cap. And then,
Of course, family wants to have a movie night tonight. He's the one who said once they go to sleep, he was going to build it.
hey, don't you dare chew on those.
Don't chew on battery wires, baby.
Jesus Christ. Chief chewing on a 6S battery lead. I'm going to end up with a dental bill. Okay, so now we've got these very tiny.
So is Fab Shop right? Is there a 9-volt in the toolbox? I really want to see.
I don't think that there is, but I will check. What is your deal tonight, Chief?
He's going for some tires.
So now that we've got the... That is your cat. So I'm going to press down on the shock now. And any excess oil that comes out, we just wipe off. And with the shock collapsed is when I'm going to install the bleeder screw. You could do it at like a 50% stroke if you wanted to, but personal preference. I'm going to go with
Start a fight with the wife, no movie night, be a man.
I love those.
So funny.
The
Be a man.
TikTok, be a man.
Don't hang curtains, spray paint your windows, be a man.
Don't ask for directions. Drive around for 2 hours. Be a man.
Dawson says you might have said it, wasn't listening. What shock oil do you recommend? Gonna grab some tomorrow before assembling the shocks.
If you're like me and you like to drive with maybe a little bit more speed than some people, then I like the 60 weight in these. I've ran 90. Ended up kind of going back to 60, and I've been really happy in that range. So stock is around 30, which is, if you're more of a slow crawler, it's a good setup.
He said sneaking out like a boss. BT, $50.
BT.
Thank you. He
Thanks,
said missed
sir.
a few. Yeah, so have we.
So have we, sir. Thank you.
Pull the battery out of the smoke detector. Y'all don't need those on Cali, do you? I don't think any of our smoke detectors have batteries. Same. We have a gas stove.
It just means that you set it off when you use it?
Don't apologize. Sleep on the couch. Be a man.
I make her sleep on the couch.
Do you? You make me? Or I fall asleep on the couch sometimes and you don't wake me up. Good try. Josh, build a road in the backyard. Be a man.
I keep threatening about RC construction equipment. She's like, you better sell some freaking RC cars.
Yeah. I'll be a man and sleep on my workbench.
I've fallen asleep in this chair here, just like waiting for batteries to charge. What?
You think I'd wake him up? Sure don't.
Only because normally when I'm charging batteries, it wakes her up. When each battery is done, dee 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 dee.
I don't care about it if it's here. Buy an RC crane. Be a man. I actually was looking for Emmett for Christmas toys, and they had like this big engine tractor thing that they can put together. It was 3 years and up.
What?
I don't know. I'll have to show you. I know everyone has asked about parts being available separate, so I'll ask another. The shocks and different lengths.
Yes. I will say that because the 90 mils are already listed in the manual.
Oh, so you ratted yourself out? Be a man. Let me bring over some baby goats. Oh, you can bring over baby goats all day.
No. Nicole will sleep in the backyard then.
I will, by
She'll have,
choice.
she'll have one hand in the house trying to pet a cat. And the second
Oh,
one.
I'd be so happy. Think of the yard work Josh could do with RC construction equipment. It's Buck Dandy's damn couch. He can sleep on it if he wants to. Be a man.
Damn it. I should have put that on there before.
I heard in prison the 9 volts to run their tattoo guns. Just saying. I was not in prison.
She was detained momentarily by the federale.
I was detained in customs in Mexico. Very different.
With a JetBlue representative by her side.
Yeah.
Who was very apologetic.
Yeah.
And then when Nicole got back down to Mexico, she apologized. And
To who?
me. For your mix-up. Maybe you're still on the plane. I think I even apologized for being slightly short and maybe frustrated. So, the good news is at the party tomorrow.
I can't bring goats, but I can bring Great Danes. Ugh. I mean, I love Great Danes.
I think Phoenix has 2 of them.
But I don't want them in my house. Because it's like having another human.
And we're not like a big fan of extra humans.
No. Nicole must have connections with the cartel. Yeah, they've dug a tunnel and motorbiked out of that shit like El Chapo.
All right.
Did I get a prison wife and any new tattoos?
Did I already sell? Yeah, I already assembled that screw.
Message me your address. I'll bring you the goats.
No. Is that Gunner?
Yeah. I bet that Josh could take on the cartel. Just tell her Josh is buying RC construction equipment. Yes, he has 2 huge dogs. What do you think the SCX6 aftermarket scene will be like? Sparse, or do you think a lot of vendors will jump on board?
Man, I don't know. I don't know. It's such a fun truck to drive. I just don't know. It's really hard to set.
Sure, essay, whatever you say.
Sure, essay. Okay. So the lower shocks rod end has an offset pivot ball, which means it's longer on one side than the other.
Yeah, no, we love Great Danes. Just
I like any dog, really.
love dogs.
Just not a big fan of having to take care of one myself.
Yeah, especially one that takes human-sized shits.
I mean, that's one way to put it. You're so eloquent, though.
What?
How do you do it?
Me?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Do they not? They're probably bigger.
Could be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I park my camper in her driveway for Christmas? Shit or skull? Sure.
Now once you get the lower offset pivot ball in there, there's a standard one for the top. Well, not standard. It's different than like the Lynx, but it's a press in.
You could use the RC backhoe to pick up dog poop.
Oh.
It's bad enough cleaning Josh's shop. It's bad enough cleaning raccoon shit off of the lawn.
I don't know what this damn raccoon's problem is. Okay. So, shocks are done. Now, Lynx. Am I right? Am I wrong? Oh, wait. Forgot something. I have a screw here. I got to retain. Oh, there's one.
Well, Josh doesn't pee in the yard anymore now that we live in the suburbs.
I mean, I did with the raccoons a couple of times.
Oh, yeah, that worked.
It did.
You need to do
Tired,
that.
get tired of going out there and checking that the neighbors weren't in the window.
Yeah.
We live in California. Neighbors are shockingly close. Oh, drive shafts.
My buddy's grading pissed in his house once we got home, and we're initially thinking a pipe broke. Jesse, quit logging into their Ring cameras. Good night, Matt Conley. Get back to us with the juicy Sydney, Iowa goss. Hot goss.
Yeah, exactly. So
I'm surprised Josh hasn't made a trap for the raccoons. He could make it a video series like Mark Rober.
I could. I just don't want to, I don't want to trap them and then have to deal with them. I'd rather make a catapult. I think
They're
that would
fat too.
They are.
I think our neighbor did figure out the sliding glass door issue because we don't.
You're right. We used to hear that all the time.
They did. They figured it out for sure, which is nice.
I forgot about that. It was such like a screaming. It's like.
It was a lot.
Remember how long it took me to figure out what it was.
Yeah.
Eh.
Call animal control. Fuck. Then they would just release it down the street, and then it would come back. A Kunapult would be more helpful.
Oh shit.
It would definitely come back though.
Yeah. Well, there was like 4 of them.
Yeah.
So I need to make sure I have
Catapulting raccoons. I'd watch that live stream.
That was good. 35. Okay, that's good.
I say we just build a catapult anyway because catapult.
Yeah, like, because why not? Okay.
And no, we didn't give the neighbor WD-40 for the sliding door.
I'm not giving them my WD-40.
Airsoft RC tanks, Josh.
Just chase them down for the raccoons.
Springboard surprise. Tim RCC. Good evening, fine people. Working on my slammed cliffhanger G-Speed V3 tonight. What brand is your driver? Does it have a spinning butt end?
Yes, they're Vanquish drivers. They're bearing spinning butt ends even, so that they're spinning and smooth. It's actually really nice to have. It makes building lots and lots of kits much more comfortable.
I can't believe that we ran the battery out of that temp gun.
Really? Those things are usually used rarely. And you have that thing on.
This is a thinking question. When and what model do you think changed the scale of truck crawler RC world? Whew.
SCX-10-2 specifically. I think the SCX-10-1 was like okay, but the SCX-10-2 I think is what really kind of changed things up a lot. It was a big step forward.
Josh doesn't build slam vehicles, only squatted vehicles. Ew. He said smooth butt end.
Smooth butt end. Okay. Oh wait, did I put the wrong one on? I did. Damn it.
We met a guy who looks exactly like Beavis.
We did. Where was that?
Mexico.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. He was hipster Beavis.
Literally the same hair and everything.
European hipster Beavis.
It was awesome.
He was a blast to hang out with.
It was Beavis.
But he was Beavis. Like, yeah, true story. The new drive shafts have a couple of little, like, alignment marks on the shafts. So you see that little spot right there, and that little guy right there. Helps to make sure that you've got them in line so that your drive shafts run in phase to make your drivetrain extra smooth. There's one over here. Pretty sure oh, sweet, I got lucky. I grabbed the right pieces.
Did he have TP? I am Cornholio. I need TP for my bunghole. Oh my god.
How did
Good
that
night, DLC.
how
Boys.
did the guy who wrote that at the time, do you
Mike
think
Judge?
was he the writer?
I think so.
Do you think that he was just like, yep, this is going to be the thing that I write that everyone is going to remember?
Oh, Montreal got their Phoenix today.
Hey, nice. So,
Are you finishing this entire build tonight?
I mean, to a roller probably, not the body.
There's not even wheels on it. You don't even.
We don't do the wheels.
Oh.
You're so dramatic.
Newfoundland. Have you ever seen South? Right, true.
Have I ever seen what?
South Park. Idiocracy or King of the Hill.
What about it? As far as other ones that he wrote?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Drive shafts are done. We can start putting some of this stuff in the box that wasn't needed.
I bought the AX10 kit when it first came out. Then, due to job changes, don't know much about the newer crawlers. Are they that much better?
Oh, like light years ahead of then. Just like wildly wild. Because those used to be, we thought, fairly capable, but compared to what we have now, it's not even comparable.
Rascal Racing from Quebec.
Quebec.
On that page, there's a mistake on the rod end description.
Oh yeah, I know that. It's just like a naming thing. Everything else is still.
Damn it, Bobby. He actually said, dang it.
Dang it.
Dang it, Bobby. Are the internal gears on the Phoenix same as VS4-10 Pro?
On the transmission no, they are different. With all the extra gears in the transmission, they're different size and shape, and they've got different features, the whole deal. So the axle gears, the ring and pinion are the same, but that's about it.
Oh yeah, Extract was so good.
Oh, was that the vanilla one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was good.
What would you put in Electro for a budget friendly in the Phoenix 1080?
1080 ESC, whatever brushed motor brand of your choice, like a 35 turn, and servo. Just find like a 300 ounce inch one of your choice. You know, I've never been a big fan of Savox, but I mean, I'd rather have like a JX than a Savox, which is, you know, basically like a Amazon brand, like a 20 kilogram or something like that. But you could add all that stuff up, and even you can lock out the other two servos and just run the steering servo only. That's all you need. And you could put electronics in this car for like $100.
Oh, they're getting them in Australia too.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
I didn't know who was picking them up in Australia.
I am back coast. I'm back in California, which I have not wasn't for about a month.
You?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was lovely.
We were both in and out for like 3 of 5 weeks.
Oh. Danny Kinsey's in Placerville.
So we are just about through putting all the pivot balls in. Now, I've got my...
John's Tiny Trucks is here. Just ordered my VS4 Phoenix. Can't wait. It's been a while since I built a kit.
Yeah. Be a fun rig to have out in Utah.
I know, right?
So I've got these two tools. This is a TGH rod end tool, and this is a Zerba tool. If you ever want to look at this, it's SZCZERBA tool. It's a 3D printed tool, basically.
We love you too, Danny.
One rod end in, like that. Sure it's all lined up. That link's done. On to the next.
We are home for a few weeks.
Yep. that. Going through this is always my most favorite part of any build.
No one would know if you did it beforehand or after.
Except I opened the box on stream.
I know. You can retape it. Don't you have that tape at work? Just saying.
Oh my god, look at this. It is all done.
Cut.
Yeah. Just Rachel Ray the shit out of these.
Wow.
What?
That must be an internet thing.
Why? No? Oops. Rachel Ray bakes on TV, right?
Yeah.
She always just puts one in the oven, pulls the other one out.
How often have you watched Rachel Ray?
How often do you think I would need to watch Rachel Ray to have understood that the movie magic that is faking a baking of a item?
I don't know.
Like, don't you think you could probably see that once and be like, I know what she did.
Joe Breitenstein, it's been a while. That's got to be the worst time tripped ever. Yes, it was.
Yep. No joke.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
What?
That you watch. I don't know what Max Headroom is to you.
Oh, yeah, it was like a early MTV thing.
Mm.
It was like this weird, like, digital, like, glitchy.
Yeah, Julia Childs. That would be what I would say.
Julia Childs?
Yeah.
The lady with the pies? Woo!
Yeah, but not pies. But
Oh,
yeah.
wasn't she? Who made pies?
I mean, maybe she did, but not strictly pies. She
Didn't
did
she have a
everything.
restaurant? For pies?
No. Julia Childs?
Yeah.
No.
Who has the pie restaurant? That's a
I
thing.
believe that's a thing. I don't know who you're talking about. I'm sorry.
They were everywhere. I never went to one, but they were everywhere.
Paula Deen?
No, she didn't have restaurants.
Miss Marie Callender?
Yes, that one.
You mean chicken pot pie?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she made like actual
And
pies.
there were not restaurants.
Yeah, there were.
There's like one, the only restaurant Marie Callender's I've ever seen is here. I just thought it was frozen food.
No, there was one in Victorville.
Like in California, but not home.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty worldly. So.
Where did you get your 05 nut driver for the XS24? Can't find a good one anywhere.
Vanquishproducts.com. That's the one I used, the one we sell. Okay. Links are assembled. Those tools do make a painful process of building links much less painful.
What's our favorite vacation?
Favorite ever vacation? Ooh. That's a really good question.
Costa Rica. But
think?
really,
So there's the front.
I mean,
Lowers.
my best are like the Ozarks.
I mean, Ozarks are fun. Man, I don't know. I would venture to say Canada was
That
one
was
of my
fun.
favorite.
Niagara Falls was super fun.
Niagara Falls and Toronto in general, and then Warsaw Caverns where we had the G6. That one was a good time all around.
It's fun.
Trying to think of where else.
Oh, we've done a lot.
Yeah, I know. And then because on the way back from Canada, we did like what was the where was the cave?
Oh God, it was like in the middle of Indiana.
It was like some random cave touristy thing in the middle of, I think it was like Indiana
Yeah.
or one of those.
That was fun.
It was fun. It was just like Nicole like just Googled it on the way. We needed a break.
And it was like one of the only underwater caves still in the U.S. or something.
It was like the longest underground waterway in the United States. Something.
I don't know. We've had a lot of fun. Like, I had fun in Tennessee. Baltic Falls was fun.
That vacation was.
Well, okay, Fall Creek Falls was
Fall
fun.
Creek Falls was fun.
Yeah, strawberry rhubarb is my favorite. Colorado's always fun.
Oh, we've had fun in Colorado a number of times, yes.
We had fun in Rome.
Oh, there was that one. That one was fun but stressful and expensive.
I wasn't stressed. I thought it was fun.
Come on, get lined up. Okay, front upper is on. Now we got to do front lowers, which are these. And what do those use? 20s as well. 20.
Saw Joe Exotic Zoo on my last vacation.
Ooh, Oklahoma.
Had some fun in Oklahoma.
There's a lot of fun in Oklahoma. Disney, Oklahoma.
How important is it to lube MIP axles? I'm worried about dirt retention.
I don't know that I was ever religious about it when I used to use them.
Yes, I love me some pumpkin pie.
No, not a fan. Pumpkin pie is the worst pie, really.
It's my favorite. Our next vacation should be to Portugal. Done.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
There's lots of places over there I'd like to visit.
I honestly do not remember.
What? Make sure this is a 20.
Blue Spring Cavern, Boone Cavern, Squire Boone.
Blue Spring Cavern sounds right. If I was... I have it saved on my phone still. Pretty sure.
I make my own pumpkin pie
out of the can?
No, out of sugar pie pumpkins. Like I
don't
roast
care
the
what
pumpkin and puree it and then make it, and it's the best.
I'm pretty sure I've had your pumpkin pie too, and it's still bad.
They have a Tamaya museum.
Ooh,
Japan.
Let's go. I want to go to Japan and only do RC things.
South Korea is a big thing right now due to Squid Game.
Oh, I'm in for that one too. Nicole did not join me on the Squid Game tour.
Part of it, I fell asleep.
You watched the first episode and a half.
No, I watched.
Nope, that was how far you watched.
And then you said it got sad, and I don't do that.
There was episode 6 specifically was quite sad.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Quite bummed out.
I don't. That's not my thing.
It's a good thing you were asleep and didn't see me crying. Okay.
Joseph said 6 was a gut punch.
Yeah, it was.
Josh needs to shut his mouth about pumpkin pie. Agreed.
You like pumpkin pie, you have no taste.
Oh.
It's just the worst.
It's so
like
good.
There's no flavor.
So
it's just this like little bit of flavor, mushy, just
oh, it's so good. I love it.
I feel like it's all they serve to people who are in nursing homes.
Josh just sounded like Tim the Toolman Taylor when he got excited about doing RC stuff in Japan. Eat the pie. Be a man. Yeah, pumpkin pie is effing delicious.
No, you couldn't be more wrong. You could try, but you would fail.
I like gooseberry pie too.
Gooseberry pie, at least there's something to that. At least when you eat it, you're like, well, that's something.
Yeah, says the man who doesn't like live music. Exactly.
Live music's fine if you're doing something more productive while it's going on.
Stephen Morgan's got it right. I just got my axle and chassis and transmission done tonight, saving the rest for tomorrow. Yes, I like your style. Did you like the roads in Mexico? I feel like driving in Mexico, everything was just like a suggestion. Like, these lanes are just a suggestion. Like, if you feel like being in this lane, maybe just in the middle, but until someone's going to pass. Like, and the speed limit signs are just suggestion. Like, turn signals definitely don't work there.
That's my style. I'm not a big turn signal fan either. You gotta sneak up on your enemies.
Hey, sweet potato pie is good too.
I don't have a strong opinion.
If we didn't use Cool Whip, we wouldn't have our Midwest Tupperware. That is so true.
Why is that not a thing anymore?
What do you mean?
That's not a thing anymore. People don't do that anymore. When's the last time you saw someone using Cool Whip Tupperware? Like, growing up, I remember seeing it all the time. You don't have any.
No, because
Because what?
I don't cook enough to keep anything in Tupperware anymore. And I use glass now.
Yeah, you're all...
Because we kind of grew up a little bit and got glass.
Except I lose it.
Watch Squid Game. Cry, episode number 6. Be a man. If you think that sounds like madness, sometime look up driving in India. People think driving with the headlights on at night is dangerous.
Huh. Well, that's fun.
Yes, we did. We had a gooseberry bush at our old house.
Yep.
Oh, and mincemeat, actually. Josh and I were just having a conversation about mincemeat.
Yeah, because I didn't...
know what it was. And my grandma always made it growing up, and it was so good. How hard would the Phoenix be to build for someone who has never built a kit before?
I mean, I wouldn't say that it's any harder than anything else. I mean, if you've owned an RC before, I don't think that it would be something that I would say is above anybody. So I don't know. I believe in people more than they believe in themselves. You're welcome. You can do it. Let's see. I think this was the other one.
Making pumpkin pie flavored turkey just for Josh. How long do you cook a 30-pound turkey? A long time.
How big, that sounds like a really large turkey. I just dropped one.
That is a big.
Fucking things in the trash. Son of a...
Oh my god, I'm about to call it. It's almost 9 o'clock.
Is it?
Yeah.
I literally dropped this in the trash and it just disappeared. I wonder if there is a spare in the pot. God damn it, Nicole.
Roasted. Always roasted turkey.
Son of...
Don't mind me just crying about how the mods is like pumpkin pie. Stay up till 10. Be a man.
God. Did I?
What's it look like? I don't care. I'm not going to.
Looks like this one. Positive I just dropped it in the trash can. Maybe I didn't. I think I did. I don't know. I feel bad for seeing things now.
It's still funny every time.
Okay.
I remember the OG Friday streams, they had 11 or 12. Oh, God.
Yep, they did.
I can't. We always had fried turkey, but I don't like it.
That's like deep fried?
Yeah.
Oh, oops. Wrong side.
Outside, they deep fry them, but...
I think we only did that like once.
Well, with your father being much of a fire hazard as he is, he should not have a giant vat of bubbling oil. Even though he does fish fries all the time.
Yeah, I mean...
Why are some of the axle brass insert loose and some people get them press fit?
It's only the last like 5 or 6 millimeters are where they're pressed. Like you put them in there at the beginning, you can rattle them around. Like that's not the point. It's
Where do the two little shims go?
they go on the outside of the. They go right on the outside here. Now you don't have to use them. They're just a tuning thing. They're a shim. If you want to use them, you can put them there. You don't have to though.
How? Oh, you just
What?
boil some oil. You can fry anything.
Man, your Midwestern is showing.
I'm not a big fan of frying things because I have like PTSD from like every night when my parents would fry things and everything smells like you smell.
Yeah. There's no.
I'm not a big fried food person. Will Vanquish ever offer a licensed body on an RTR?
Who knows? Maybe.
Not if
day.
you get hot enough.
What? What does that mean? Da. Upper links. These are all 16 millimeters. Out of the way. Link.
We are not going to do the bird.
What? For our Thanksgiving?
Yeah, no.
We are traveling. And if you're traveling...
You don't have to do it.
And also...
Grease. Someone said grease.
It means that I don't have to do anything anyway, no matter what.
Not that you ever have or would.
No, I'm not allowed in the kitchen.
That's a rule that you made for yourself. That you just came up with. No one has literally ever said that to you. Ever.
I can't be sure.
No, pretty sure no one's ever said that to you. You're like, I'm not allowed in the kitchen, the laundry room, anywhere near the vacuum cleaner.
I've vacuumed before. I fold blankets like a boss, though. Anytime Nicole's coming home from being away for like a week, like...
That's how he cleans. That's when I ask him to clean up the living room, and all he does is fold all the fucking blankets and put them in a pile on one chair when they were already like where they're supposed to be on the back of the couch in specific areas. I'm like, this was not helpful.
Like what?
No, Josh, go to the kitchen. Be a man. Good night, Stephen Davis.
They're tidied things up for you. You're welcome.
Jeez, Josh, do you think women should vote? I wasn't allowed to use a lawnmower when I was younger because I figured out I could ride the self-propelled lawnmower.
That's very different from my household. I was not heavy enough for the riding lawnmower to function with me sitting on it. So my dad just baling wired the seat down so it wouldn't shut off. Said, there you go. You can mow. I remember I wasn't heavy enough to have enough traction on the rear wheels to make it up some of the little banks that we had. So I would get off and push it. Super safe looking back.
Safety first.
I'm not saying that I was parented, I think, a very appropriate amount. However, that particular thing probably should have been caught.
Where's your 50K giveaway truck?
Right there.
Did you give it away?
I've got an email. So I have last video to do with the winner if he is the, well.
I hate the game Remember Where the Blanket Spot Is.
What?
Remember where the blanket spot is, where it's supposed to go on the couch. There's specific.
They go on a chair.
I can teach you to be a whiz with the microwave, Josh. No, Josh yells at me from his chair. Don't use that bowl. That one gets too hot in the microwave. It burns my fingers. I'm like, well, you could get up and do it, but, you know. How was your experience with high altitude performance RC?
I mean, it's always been good. I've known Casey, who's the owner of that, the person behind it, for a long time. So we talk pretty regularly. I like what Casey does, and I've always thought he had a good designs and good style. So
Oh man, the old honker reviews. You're like my great uncle Rob, who said microwaves ruined cooking.
what do you say?
He said, cooking in a microwave. Ew. I'm sorry, I'm not reheating shit on the stove. Put it in the microwave.
Like you want me to preheat the oven for these pizza rolls? Like, no way.
When have I've
I know.
literally never cooked you pizza rolls ever.
I know. The only time I've ever had pizza rolls are when you're gone, and I'm like, I'm getting fucking pizza.
Yeah, that's the only time I would allow them. Yeah, Josh is the Rachel Ray of microwaves.
And I'm not that either. I'm just like, I'm gonna order food, or I'm like, Steve, you want to go to dinner?
Here we go.
Uh,
Ron Axel question.
Didn't put
Is the link geometry the third member bolt pattern identical as the F9 offset on a Pro?
Nope, different. These axles are pretty much completely different than any of the prior.
We had a bunch of riding mowers and invented a game called Hoo Ha, which was basically mower polo with golf club. Yeah, that sounds dangerous as well.
I mean, I like your style, but it does sound dangerous.
The air fryer is just a microwave.
What?
Air
Is it?
fryer.
Are you sure?
Josh, do you clean the toilet seat off of...
We have different bathrooms.
Yeah, who cleans your bathroom? Huh? The elves? The magic elves clean your bathroom?
Magic elves.
That's who clean your bathroom. Mm-hmm. Got out of my RC rut by jumping headfirst and airbrushing bodies. You should try it, Josh.
No.
Is Josh banned from using the air fryer? We don't have an air fryer.
We do not. We have an Instant Pot.
Yeah, I'm not a big air fryer.
Why?
I don't know. I don't like...
I was talking to...
Everyone loves it. I don't love...
I was talking to Sean at the wedding.
Yeah.
And he was just like, we air fried pizza rolls. I think that's why I was thinking about pizza rolls. He's like, we air fried pizza rolls, and they were delicious. I'm just saying, I've seen a lot of TikToks on pizza rolls.
Oh, you can, if you want to buy you an air fryer and start air frying dinner, go for it. I won't complain.
I mean,
I just don't want another appliance.
That's the problem, really.
Kitchen's too small. Vanquish does not have a store in SAC, just online sales.
No, we do not. We do not allow pickup.
The laundry and the cleaning elves. Ben says he has the same elves over there.
Yeah.
Named Nancy. My elf left. Sorry. Josh, buy an air fryer, be a man. I just don't want another appliance. I just don't have the cabinet space for it.
I get that part of it. All these specialty appliances for...
But I will when I
say that, and then I've got like specialty tools.
Well, I need to get the lid for the Instant Pot.
There's an air fryer lid?
Yeah. How many RCs do you have?
That's not a question we can answer.
Josh, wipe the toilet seat. Be a man. Vanquish doesn't allow pickup, but you can leave your boat.
we have unmonitored boat parking. No trailers allowed. Boats only.
But they have to be completely stripped of everything.
Yeah. Don't leave anything useful or any serial numbers. Okay.
Are there any RC events anytime soon in Sacramento?
I don't think so. It's getting to that time of the season where it's really only going to be local events and things like that, probably from here on out.
They don't have a lot of local events here anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, just like local get-together stuff, which that's
Did the cops ever figure out who dumped the boat?
new. I don't know that they
The
ever.
cops don't give an F about things like that down there. They're like trying to put out fires, like literal fires.
Yeah, it is really very, very low on their radar.
Yeah.
Like, don't call us.
Yeah.
And so that is
Like, unless you're in the process of being murdered, do not call us because we will not come.
And if you are being murdered, we have a 35-minute response time.
Right. Yeah, like
Because there's thank you for your call. There's 9 murders in front of you. Your murder will be handled in the order if it was received. Thank you for calling.
Well, the Phoenix links work with the AR-45 straight axles if I get your conversion kit.
Oh, if you get the conversion kit, probably yes, they should.
You did miss the story of me getting deported. You'll have to rewind it.
Yeah.
If you wait by their door, sooner or later you could sneak in.
We had somebody try that last week. It didn't go well.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Was he fully clothed?
Yeah. He wasn't clothed in the right order though.
Oh,
He had his socks on
never,
over his shoes,
never.
which
See,
was
there's always some kind of.
it was odd. It's like that's not how that goes.
I used to work up at Sly Park Lake and Park Pines, and we had someone sink the sheriff boat. It was awesome.
Yeah, but that Sly Park, where
That is up in Placerville area.
is that where it's at? I was gonna say I know it. I just don't know. Like, is that Kansas City or here? I can't remember.
My car was stolen. The police found it on the side of the road. 3 guys going through it. Then they told them to get out and leave. Didn't arrest them. Then called me and gave me 1 hour before it went to impound. That has happened with like almost every car I've owned.
Been stolen and recovered, and they're like, "Come get it, or it's getting towed."
Well, the one they were like, "We really want to get this kid, so
Oh yeah,
we take it and fingerprint it." And I was like, "Oh, it's Paul Klein."
yeah.
And I was like, "Okay." And then I get a call that I have to pay however much because they took it from up the street where they got it to the tow lot, and
BFE nowhere.
yeah, I had to take. And I was like, "If you would have just let me come get it, it would have been fine." And then they left fingerprint dust all over. They had to come out and give me a DNA test to figure out
Just make sure you weren't 100%. That
I mean, I was, but
turns out I'm 100%.
but for this 15-year-old kid that stole my car, and they wanted to DNA whatever, rule out my DNA. Like
Like, you caught him in it. I think they got a new piece of lab equipment.
God, that was so frustrating.
That was. I mean, beyond just having the car stolen.
No, I called the chief of police and was like, "Listen, buddy, your guys, I got my car stolen and I had to pay for it. No." That was in Kansas City.
That was in Kansas City, not here. It was our black Jeep. There was a high-speed chase.
It was not.
It was. I mean, granted, he had the emergency brake on the entire time. Smoked the brakes in the Jeep.
Yeah. Josh, will Matt put mud on it? Ask him. He will laugh.
The what? The what?
Will Matt put mud on it?
That means. It's one of those things like I won't ask somebody without knowing what it means. Someone today told me to Google Kentucky lap dance. And I was like, I'm not doing that.
Why? I want to know.
It's like a news story. And I was like, I'm still not Googling that until I know what it means. I mean, I did when they weren't looking, though. But
Duh.
wasn't anything good.
The axle's still high pinion?
Yep.
It wasn't good?
I mean, it's a weird story, but
Oh.
wasn't worth Googling. I thought it was going to be way more interesting.
Matt's mud truck, probably. He said
Could
it was
be.
too nice to get dirty.
Keep forgetting to put the drive shaft on before I put the last link on.
There you go. Bill's got it. Thank you. Whenever I complain about not having local events, he has all of them. And he's like, you just don't go.
Right.
Jesse said, off to the Google.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't say Kentucky lap dance on a live stream and not expect all 350 of us to Google it. Thank you.
It's not even a good story. It's just a weird current events thing that's odd. But yeah. I mean, I was secretly hoping that it was going to be more interesting than it was.
Yeah.
But I really have, what's her name stuck in my head right now?
Oh, Lizzo.
Lizzo.
An ex of mine lost her car when it was stolen, tested positive for meth contamination. Turned out to be hers. Well, that sounds like more, more to that story.
Sounds like plausible deniability to me.
Wow. One time I walked into one of my friend's houses, or it was actually her parents' house, and realized that that the door had been broken down and that her car was missing. And I was like, it took me a second, and I realized that the house had been burglarized and they had kicked in the door. And so I ran back out to my car, and then too bad for the guys who did it. He was the chief of police in another city and used to work for that city, and so they fingerprinted the whole house. I had to get fingerprinted that time to get rid of, or because I had walked in on it. And super nice house, everything, and they found them right away because
You better not plan on doing
if you're gonna rob somebody, it shouldn't be a chief of police anywhere.
So we've got the axles on, all that. We're going to do the rest of this stuff that's attached to the chassis, and that's probably what we're going to call it for the night.
Yes. Wait, we're done?
Nope. So the new molded inner fenders for the front are super badass and one of my favorite parts of the new truck. Also, the new bumpers are super rad, narrow and low profile. Not a good looking bumper.
Definitely. Most definitely.
Most definitely. How many movies are your parents watching?
It was at 6:40.
Oh, okay. Bling, bling, then I saw them. That's the guess. Yeah, it's Lizzo.
Any extra spares come with the kit?
Yeah, I mean, there's spare screws. There's a little spare parts bag. There's little things like that. I mean,
Buck Dandy has Buck Dandy things to do. Later, I'll gray matter.
Buck Dan, is that a adult entertainer from?
No, he's our friend.
No, I know. I'm
Oh.
talking about the name.
Oh.
Like, do you know somebody named Buck? Do you know an actual person named Buck Dandy?
I'm building a rock climbing course in my backyard. I've got half an acre to build on. Josh, any suggestions on people who want to come help me build it? Placerville.
All
Good
of
night, Steve D.
all of my friends have bad backs or bad knees or
Need more 2-part streams. He said call you later.
This one will likely be a 2-part stream. Probably not next week because I'm going to check about passing this body off, making sure that confirming our, paint job arrangement, make sure Moose Jaw's available or willing. I mean, because he's going to have to do another one for me.
Josh, build the course. Be a man.
Nope. Not a. That sounds way
He'll
too much like.
He'll come run on it with you.
That sounds way too much like yard work to me, man. You're not tricking me into this one.
Let's go Chiefs. Monday Night Football. Chiefs need energy from fans this season. He said he'll make pumpkin pie. My daughter's van was broken into. Called the cops in the morning and found the perp still in the van sleeping. Cops said they can't prove who they broke in, just that they slept in it. Wow.
Jeez.
Freaking. What was the Mayberry? What was his?
Ricky
Andy.
Ricky Ricardo.
Wow.
Son of a bitch.
Not even a little.
Andy Griffith.
Andy Griffith, but who? What was the?
I Love Lucy.
Stop.
What?
Oh my god. Oh, I've got to watch new What We Did in the Shadows. I forgot that was on tonight.
Is that the one with the ghosts?
No, that's Ghosts.
Oh.
What We Do in the Shadows is the one with the vampires, the funny one that I always watch. It's hilarious. Barney Fife, thank you.
Barney Fife. Lucy.
Stop. You're an idiot. Oh my god.
Wait, you don't like Lucy?
Yeah, but that's not the show.
I'm just.
Magic School Truck. Good night. Yes, What We Do in the Shadows is hilarious. How much say did you have in the Phoenix?
A lot. I mean, it's not like I made decisions. We just all have a lot of opinions and say there's, we're not a massive company. There's only 3 of us really that have any design cares. The 4th just cares how much it costs to build it and tries to keep us in some sort of reasonable. Says no a lot.
Careful, Josh. She'll shank you. Prison changes a person.
I mean, she's from the streets. We're getting close. I'll put this power driver into high gear now. I've been on slow mode.
Yeah, if that were true, I would kill you.
It gets louder, so I keep it turned down.
Mm-hmm. I think Josh likes these things. I think so too. Why? Oh, tranny. Oh, God.
What?
I was like, why did I get flagged?
So you say the word out loud that Google doesn't like.
How about optional parts to mount the battery on the passenger side slider would maybe require shortened frame and shift arm? Model number of that driver.
DeWalt 8-volt gyro max. DCF680.
We really need DeWalt to contact you.
I know. They have no idea how many drivers I've sold.
Like you sell more of those in those wallets.
Right. Okay. Sliders are on. Bumpers on. Now it is time for the fenders.
Good night. Oh man, the stream would be better if Nicole could finish that bottle of wine before you finished the build. I would get into that, but I had such a bad migraine earlier that I think a red wine tonight would be an issue. But the challenge now will be beating my dad to it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm excited for Josh to get a DeWalt coupon code. Their social media game probably isn't
Everyone go tag DeWalt.
yeah. Is that a thing? Can you do that?
Bombard their Instagram. Right.
JD's RC's just reminded me, get that girl a beer to go with that wine, that I have cheese.
I see how you got there.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Hey, cheese? Oh, wine, cheese, beer, wine, cheese. Makes sense. Oh, I need to install the rear bumper.
Baller says RPP is down to 76 in stock.
70. I don't think that they have 76.
Will the hard fenders be available for the front and rear?
Not currently. They're currently only available for the rear. Or front.
I have the Nurtec that I took, but it didn't kick it. Yes, International Prison can do that to a lady. Okay, starting bag A. Take a break. This is Moose Jaw. Oh yeah, he just picked yours up. Or just picked his up.
Yeah, and then he was at Chipotle for however long, so he had a delay.
Well, and before that, he had to stop and give me wine.
Right?
He's very kind
I know.
and nice.
Moose Jaw, were you avoiding going home? Okay.
No, he was not.
I know. You had to get everybody dinner.
Yeah.
Okay, so that. Now, electronics trace.
No, you said we're not doing electronics tonight.
I'm not doing electronics. I'm just putting the tray in.
Jeez. Nope, not gonna finish this tonight.
Not all the way. So
Oh,
I'll do electronics on another stream and hopefully have the body done at that same time. And we'll get that all in there and probably set up endpoints and stuff like that.
Good night, Ron. See, everyone's going to bed.
Listen, there's people all over the world. It's Saturday in some places.
Rude. It's true, though.
It's true. There's no denying it. I'm a rough rider.
Wow. Wow. I was almost there.
What?
Almost.
Yeah?
Yeah, not quite.
Almost cool kid points.
Oh.
Where?
You're right. I'm going to pass out.
You're fine.
It is. It's Saturday in Pennsylvania.
It's Saturday somewhere. Told you. Let's see. Where the F is the other? Are these 10s or 12s? They're 10s. That is a 10. Those are 12s. You gonna survive?
No.
I think you will. I believe in you. Stupid little screws. 12, 12, 12.
Yeah. Good morning. Wednesday's live stream was more entertaining.
Matt is never... No, I'm kidding. And...
We have been married for 5 years. We've been together for 10. Good night, Bill.
It has been 10, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Joe, thank you for the $5. Matt had better scale SNU graphics, but it's nice to have you back.
He's just better at graphics. I'll give him that. He definitely has the graphics side.
Saturday in Michigan, but I have to stay up for another hour to be sure the kid doesn't have a seizure.
That Jesse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going to the Hobby Expo in Monroe, Washington tomorrow. Good night.
Oh, I wasn't aware of a hobby expo. You would have told me earlier, I'd have made it.
Really?
No. It's a long way there.
Jesse will keep you company.
Now, that is nice. The new in the radiator in this one, the radiator used to mount to the body. Now it mounts to the chassis and it becomes a actual stressed member.
You know what else is a stressed member right now? Your wife. Stressed member of this family. Speaking of family, Marvel. Shitheads.
Your cats or your parents?
All of the above.
And
Brian said, "Oh my God, just checked email. An African prince wants to send me $180,000. I'll send their check to Vanquish for it."
Third party out of state checks.
Yeah. Gift cards.
Yeah.
What's the background to the name Harley Designs?
I used to ride a Harley, and when I was
It's so deep.
Young
It's
on
super deep name.
when I was young on the internet, I was designing stuff for RC cars, and I was just like, these are Harley's designs because my name is Harley on the internet.
Better than Josh's designs. Is it?
Yeah. And so yeah, that's it. I used to ride a Harley, and
What would it be called otherwise?
honestly, there could have been. Well, I rode a Hayabusa slightly after that, so I used Busa a lot.
That would have been bad.
I know, right? So, I mean, there could have been so many possibilities of terrible names. So, like Brandon, who I work with now, Brandon was like the lead designer on this truck. His name on RCC initially was N-Love, N-L-U-V. So N-Love with accelerating, but it was like XLR8.
Wow.
Yeah. He later changed it to just Brandon.
Yeah.
So.
You're getting less cool by the minute. Harley, fat boy, thick boy, same.
No, I rode a night train, thank you. So.
Nicole, you should write a book, How I Married an RC Addict, 10th Scale Years. Oh my God. Jesse. Well, though, are the F10s going to be produced out of metal in the future for an option?
Always a possibility.
Maybe, as before, just got here, any prediction on when the Phoenix will be back in stock? Look at RPP.
RPP has them in stock right now. But other than that, I can't give you like a actual date until things are, like more definite. I really don't want to say.
Did you give up writing since Nicole doesn't look impressed by your writing skills?
No. I did give up writing because of Nicole, though.
Did you?
I did.
Why? Because I wanted you to live?
Well, I mean, there was that. And you didn't even specifically ask me to.
I never asked you to. I would never do that.
I know. But I stopped writing after basically that one incident.
Oh, yeah.
and then never really rode all that much with them.
Z-Man 280 would be
Z-Man.
on RCC. Sure, he remembers you.
All right, that.
Josh, wear the pink shirt. Be a man. Is there a stainless kit set available for the bomber?
Yes, IRC 00060. Oh, bearings. No.
I don't think so.
There wasn't. Only SCX2.
Only SCX2. And the transmission.
Right, the VFD transmission kit.
I know. I'd rather have him alive than. Oh, what incident?
It wasn't like a huge deal, but had an issue on the Hayabusa when we were riding one day, all day, and basically we were going through these curves like a half mile before our house, and all of a sudden the Hayabusa just like stepped way out in the back, like fishtailed way out going around a curve, and I just thought I was loose and corrected it, but that my Hayabusa was stretched and lowered and all that, and it felt odd, and then it was an S curve, so it went immediately back the other way, and it fishtailed more out that way, and I kind of corrected it again. It wasn't like we weren't even close to low siding or anything like that. Anyway, and then I looked in my rearview mirror, and there was just smoke behind us. Like, and I thought I blew the motor, because I had the motor built after my big accident where I like actually could have been hurt. So I thought that I blew the motor, and I shut it down, and we just coasted till within 200 yards of the house.
Yeah, we just pushed it home.
And I just pushed it home because I wasn't far away at all. But it turns out it was just an oil drain on it, but it just oiled the whole exhaust and tires. But if that would have happened when we were doing something less responsible at any point during the day, it could have been a much bigger issue.
Freaked him out.
Yeah, because I had my girlfriend on the back, who I kind of liked at the time. And so
Didn't bother me. I didn't even notice. I was like, oh. Okay.
yeah, but I was not very happy about it.
No. Yeah, I stopped riding after the third time a tree fell across the road in front of me. Figured someone was trying to tell me something.
Yeah, I hit a deer once when I rode my Harley. It jumped right in front of me, and then it jumped with me, and I was slowing down and I just clipped it, and I didn't even go down. I just clipped it at a speed and was able to, because I was riding in a way where I had my boot kind of like tucked up behind the brake pedal instead of on top of it. So I was not able to slow as fast as I should have.
Yeah, and I would never let him ride in California.
The drivers out here are wild. We're almost there. You excited?
Yeah. Hold on the fort for me. I have to go throw this can away so I can skip it.
Right. There we go. You're so annoying, like rats with hooves. Yeah, especially in the Midwest, because they're fucking everywhere. There's the chassis setup, new molded battery tray, the new sliders. It's got a lot of pinch to this car now. Narrows to the front a lot. But yeah, these new inner fenders are super rigid. New molded battery tray is super nice. It's just an all around super. Oh, one thing, like I showed, if you saw the videos, how the whole hinged body setup works and all that. Now, you can use a normal body on here. Now, the way that this truck builds in this state, the shock towers are flipped around so the body post holes don't line up, but that is intentional. That's actually because you can get the shock screws out through this hole on the back side of the shock tower there, and they'll just come out. And that they're done this way so they easily thread in. But you can actually flip them around and then put body posts through these holes on the top. It's pretty easy. It's just a matter of it. So, yeah, that's a little piece of that. Of course, the whole body system is another thing to get into, and the interior, all the servos, electronics. We're gonna get into all of that, but that will be another live stream. So I'm going to give Nicole a reprieve
Thank you.
for as well as she did. Thank you, Nicole.
I like how you're like giving me
A little bit of praise right
like,
before the end.
praise for sitting here.
I mean, it's what you do best.
It is what I do best. Yep. If we had started at like 4, I'd be better.
You think?
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, that's
Joe, thanks again for the wine. And thank you, our moderators, and for everybody who donated to get me back to the state.
We'll save up for to recoup the fund. Nicole's
My fun deportation.
her deportation expenses. All right.
And everyone be safe.
Yeah.
And be kind.
Have a good weekend.
Have a wonderful weekend. Josh, make Nicole food. Be a man.
I need to remove that battery tray up for a second and get it all tightened down. Put the Velcro in. Not going to do that on camera. You thought I was going to be...
I thought you were going to meet kids. I did.
All
And
right.
happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween. We will see you shortly. If you were looking for actual information like on while building, this obviously was not your video, but I will have that. I'll be working on that very shortly. So with that,
Shit just got weird.
shit just got weird. All right. Good night, everybody. We will see you on the next one. Bye.